Taylor May and star forward Toa. 5'8" Jerome Luai, halfback Jock Madden. The lock Alex Safar. Second rowers Kai Pierce Paul and Sione Fainu. Front rowers Abundi Afoa and Terrell May. The hooker is Josesi Lanyon. And the bench Latu Fainu, Fanua Bole, Tony Sukar, Maverick Guy, Charlie Murray and Luke Laulili. The coach Benji Marshall. Referee is Wyatt Raymond. His 50th NRL game. Well done to Wyatt. The touch judges are Drew Altram and Daniel Ludringer, and Ashley Klein is in the bunker. Here we go. Sunday footy. The only game on today to win round 15 of the NRL. The rain is gone. It's looking a little lighter, a little brighter. So maybe the water-resistant jacket worn there by Jonty will be set to do the job required. Here we go, the countdown. 3, 2, 1, let's have it. Kick-off coming from the Gold Coast. Jaden Campbell sends it down to the southern end, holds up in the breeze, taken by Luai on the 10, returns it to the 20, and he's put to the ground by 3 defenders, including Howe. Also in there for the Gold Coast was the front rower, Cleese Haas. Now right in centre field go the West Tigers as they work the ball. Round about 28 out from their own goal line. Plays the ball now to Jensen. He sends the ball open side right, and they're 34 metres out from their own line, the West Tigers. 20 in from touch on the eastern side of the field. They come to the left, Madden. Plays out the back to Luai. Then he linked up with support about 13 metres short of halfway, and that's where the tackle is made on Taylor May. Now comes right to Afoa. Good first set up into the defence. Cooper Bai was in there along with Haas. About 5 short of halfway. Played on the last. Comes right Madden. Puts in the kick downfield. And it goes down to the left wing. It's taken by Philip Sami. 10 out from his own goal line. Really good chase from the West Tigers though. And he's upended 18 metres out from his own goal line. There is no score here after the opening minute or so at Leichhardt Oval. Now the Gold Coast. 22 metres out from their own goal line. The ball played. Pascoe sends it to the right edge. That's the way to Jalen de Groot. He scored 28 out from his own line by Afoa. 20 in from touch western side. Pascoe sends it left to Cooper Bai. He runs into 3 defenders, including the hooker Lanyon. Already Tigers the chance. There comes a right edge now for the Gold Coast. They're 8 metres short of halfway. Last tackle. Kinney plays it. It comes right for the kick downfield from Zane Harrison. Charging after it is Buller and Starfield. Toa lost it backwards. It's cleaned up though by Buller. 25 out from the west line. No score after 2 minutes, and already that wind's playing a bit of havoc, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the greatest communication there through from the back 3 there of the West Tigers. But look, both sides have turned up. They've started with a really good defensive set by both sides as well. Yeah, but this wind is definitely going to play a little bit of, will cause a little bit of havoc, I think, this afternoon, definitely.
Now the Tigers in centre field. Was there a high shot in there? No, says the referee. Play 2 short of halfway by Taruva. And out of dummy half they scoot within about 39 of the goal line. Played on the last. Win behind the Tigers back. Terrell May plays it. Kick downfield from Madden. Pressure on Kinney. Kinney juggled it. Lost it. Recovered by Sami. It all went backwards, says referee Wyatt Raymond, who didn't know it was touched by the West Tigers. Knock on Tigers. That'll be a changeover to the Gold Coast. 10 metres out for their own line. 2 minutes 30 gone, no score. Early thoughts on the touchline, Johnny Gibb?
Yeah, well, that was an anxious moment. It's a little bit greasy down here and very windy, as you boys say, but I've got to say I was impressed there with a really good dash out of dummy half on debut. Josesi Lanyon looked good for the Tigers.
All right, mate, now we have the Titans with it. 23 metres out from their own goal line, and taking the tackle is Jensen Talmoy Powell, about 30 metres out from the Gold Coast line. No score on the board, 3 minutes gone. Ball played now, Pascoe. He sends it away, centre field left as they get within 9 metres of halfway. Played by Haas, comes right to Campbell, probing, sends the pass away to the Groot. He's drained to the ground by Toa. 12 metres in West Territory, 8 in from the western touch line. Plays the ball, and it goes open side left this time. The kick downfield from Harrison, bounces off one West Tiger into Buller. He's got a 22 out from his own line. 3 minutes 30 gone, no score here at Leichhardt West and Gold Coast. Played to Madden. He sends it away left. Good strong run that time. Coming from Xiaomi Mi. Fanu gets to within 12 of halfway, plays the ball, they work it right to Taruva, one-handed offload in the tackle as well to star forward Toa. He's going to be caught by Zane Harrison, right on halfway, Petawaka there as well, 17 metres from the western touchline. Now goes right to Terrell May, charges into Police Haas and also Cooper By, 40 out from the Gold Coast line, centre field northern end, to the left Luai, puts the kick in, it goes in behind the winger as well, diving on the footy though for the Gold Coast Titans is this young player's exciting, certainly, that's Jensen Taumoi Piao. As the Titans work at 5 out from their own line. Tigers on top early, but no score, Louis, after 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
No, they're doing a good job, the Tigers, is getting through their sets. Some really strong carries out of the backfield. It gets their forwards rolling over the advantage line, but a smart little couple of kicks there from the Tigers as well, just keeping them in good field position. They've got to use this win to their advantage in this first 40 minutes.
Yeah, I reckon in the old days you'd say it's a 12-point breeze to the team with it at their back, and it's the West Tigers. The Gold Coast now 30 out from their own goal line. The ball played by comes from Pascoe left to Campbell, puts boot the ball, it's trapped down there by Bullet, 28 out from his own line, picks it up, runs over the 30 and the 40, put to the ground 6 short of halfway and 10 in from touch eastern side. 5 minutes gone, no score, Hillside of Leichhardt Oval. It comes away now to Ruva, he's tackled 2 metres in Gold Coast Titans territory, and it's a set restart here for the Tigers as well, too slow in the play the ball. Now West working up over the 40-metre line. They're dominating field position early on. Tackle made here on Pierce Paul. Play comes left to Madden, then away to Luai. Dummied inside. Goes outside instead. Buller got the pass on to support. But the defence, the cover comes across. And the tackle made here on Herbert. 21, or it was a Toa rather. 21 out. 5 in from the western touchline. Luai takes on the defensive line. He's wrapped up 17 metres out from the Gold Coast goal line. Plays the ball to Taylor May. Goes right to Madden. Links up out the back to Buller. Got it away to Pierce Paul. He steps back in field. Pierce Paul held up 10-9, 8 metres out from the Gold Coast goal line. West still attacking. Outs left to Terrell May, goes left to right, but Awaka over the top. And down low Pascoe, 4 metres away, play juggled lost out of dummy half. So that's a disappointing end of the set. Desessi Lanyon put the ball down. It's going to be a scrum feed, in fact change over to Gold Coast. 10 out from their own line, 6 gone, no score. Touchline John Gibbs.
Well, they've made a bit of a positional change here because you've got Taylor May playing left centre and we have Stafford Toa going out to left wing. So that means on the other side you've got Taruva and Patrick Herbert.
All right, thank you, mate. Here's the Titans again, 22 out from their own line. All of their plays been at the northern end of the ground. They're now going back to play the ball as Philip Sami does so. 22 out from his own line to Pascoe. Goes right foot away to Harrison. And he linked up on that right edge. But the defence is swarming from the West Tigers. Gold Coast can't go anywhere. And now the ball was played there by Aaron Mahoward. Comes left, centre field. An offload back to Pascoe. Goes right again, through hands. Harrison linked up with the Groot. Then away down the right wing. And Taumoi Piao is caught right on halfway. 8 in from the western touchline by Taylor May and also Xiaomi Mi. Now Harrison goes left to Cooper By. And he's going to be caught centre field. 5 metres in West Territory. Over the top that time came Pierce Paul. Flat on the last. Pascoe goes left. Campbell. Up she goes. The towering kick coming down about 20 metres out. Holds up in the breeze. Dropped by the Gold Coast. Will be a knock-on against the Titans. And the West Tigers change over. 21 out from their own line. 7.5 gone. Luke Lewis. Scoreless start.
Yeah, you're right. Look, the Tigers are doing a good job at holding the position of the field at the moment. The Gold Coast Titans aren't offering a lot, but they do look good when they come over to this right edge, take the easy metres. Just on those high balls that they're putting up at the moment, because the wind's holding that ball up, they've got to get some guys getting down there looking for a little bit of a tap back and see if they get a bit of luck go their way.
Thrower now on the charge for the Tigers. Caught too short of halfway. Near centre field. Plays the ball. And they work it to the right. Safe far to Madden. Then to Buller. And he goes on a stepping run. Put to the ground. 9 metres in Titans territory. 10 in from the far touchline. Plays the ball to Herbert. Comes left to Madden. Back towards centre field Luai. He turns it on the inside. Sione Finu. He's wrapped up. 35 out from the Gold Coast line. Last play West. Comes right to Madden. Up goes the kick from 34 metres out. Pressure on Keanu Kinney. Up he goes. Ball's been lost. It's picked up by Jerome Buller for the West Tigers. 3 defenders around him. And he's over. Held up in goal. Desperation Reaction from the Titans, no try. Change over to Gold Coast, 10 out from their own line, 8.5 gone, no score. It was a perfect kick. Great juggling catch by Jareem Buller. But the last-ditch defence coming from the Titans, Brimson was in there along too with Keanu, Kenny and Harrison. Change over Gold Coast, they're somehow holding on.
Well, that's twice now. Identical kicks there for Jareem Buller. He's looking sharp every time he gets down there, and every time he jumps up, he's getting way above the Gold Coast Titans. But they got lucky there, the Titans, and great scramble just to hold Buller out from not getting that try.
And there's a set restart as well to the Gold Coast as they work it to the right. Campbell plays away. Harrison turns it on the inside now to Aaron Mahau. He's caught 10 short of halfway. Middle of the ground. Afoa was one of two defenders in there along with Terrell May. Now Fodawaker on the charge. He's caught 2 metres short of halfway. Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on NRL Sunday. Campbell takes on the line, but a great jolting head-on tackle by Safar. 8 metres in West Territory. Plays the ball now. Pascoe to dummy half. Manages to scoop past one before being felled. 33 out from the West Tigers line. Last play now for the Gold Coast. And it comes to the right. The kick from Campbell from 32 metres out. Philip Sami in pursuit. Up goes Buller. Sami overran it by about 10 metres. Good catch by Buller. 19 out from his own line. 9 minutes 30 gone. No score on the board. Now, again, 12 in from that touchline. Everything's been played over there on the eastern side. Round the grounds, Queensland Cup full-time. North Devils 26 defeated Tweed 16. First half, PNG Hunters and Burleigh Bears locked at 12 all. As now it's the West Tigers with it. 33 out for their own line, centre field. In the AFL second quarter, St Kilda 39, leading the Giants 37. Now up to halfway west. 18 in from the western touchline, and they get a set restart. Silly play by Cooper Bye. Comes right to Alex Seyfarth now, and he's sort of skipped his way into the defence, stood in the tackle, 8 metres in Gold Coast territory, plays the ball, they work it to the right edge to Terrell May, he's floored 35 out from the line, Lanyon into dummy half, replacement coming on now for the West Tigers as well, and that is Tony Suka, he's coming onto the field as they spread it to the left, Starford Toa watches Taylor May get caught by the group, gets up to go again, taken now by Tamwood Piao, 18 or 19 out from the line, 9 in from the western touchline, 10 minutes 30 gone, no score. So all the West Tigers though. Here's Bunty Afoa. He takes on by. Caught 18 out from the goal line. Plays the ball, Lanyon, sends it right to Madden, then out the back to Luai. Jerome Luai dummy, to wrap around ball to Madden. Back to the left they come. Darts across field, turns it into Sione Fainu. Got away easily from Cooper Bye, easily from Beau Fermor. And now he's wrapped up by Pascoe, 5 metres out. Last tackle, West Tigers, comes to the right, Madden. Got it to Buller, pass is knocked down in flight by Sami. Tip-taps over the eastern touchline, and the knock-on will come from Philip Sami. So it's going to be a West Tigers ball again. They've got to score. 11.5 gone, no score yet.
Yeah, you'd think they're going to get across. They've had all the field position. They're asking all the questions at the moment. I do like what Gold Coast are doing at the moment, though. They're being nice and patient in their defensive line. They're keeping their line when the ball goes across the field and then comes back across the other way. So they're doing a good job, but they've just got to get their line speed right. Put a little bit of pressure on their attack. But the Tigers, they've got to start turning this field position into some points now.
Yeah, and that's where the Tigers now have to show some patience.
Correct.
So they've got this scrum feed. In it goes, out it comes. They work it left to Luai. Dummies goes himself past one. Luai very close. Just short of the goal line. Desperate defence coming from Hammer Howe and Jalen de Groot. It's played. They work it right. Buller sends it on the inside to Terrell May. May spins in the tackle. Dragged down. 2 metres out from the goal line for the West Tigers. Plays it to Lanyon. He sends it away to the right. Madden turns it in Seyfarth. Cooper Bye meets in head on. A couple of others come in to support, including Fodawaker. 4 out, right in front of the left upright. Now Madden, he darts back to the left again. Madden slips over. 5 out from the goal line. West Tigers still attacking, still no score after 12.5 minutes. And then goes left to Luai. Plays it out the back. This time it looks promising. Away to Toa. Passing dreadful defence from Harrison, and he's over to score. He just bounced through Kenny and Harrison as if they didn't exist. And he is over to score. Starford Toa. It had to come. It does come. West 4, Gold Coast nil at Leichhardt, almost 13 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, they finally get the attack right, don't they, the West Tigers? They weren't looking too promising, but then just a really nice little ball there from Jerome Luai. Luai. Looks like he's going to play short. Then he goes between the back rower and the fullback and hits Starford-Toa on the chest. It's a really nice pass. And there's just a simple little tip on. And then see you later. Over you go. Breaks through a couple of tackles. And that is pretty soft defence at the end of those from the Gold Coast Titans. But really well done. Nice patience shown by the West Tigers.
Let's go downstairs, John Gibbs.
And that patience you talk about, Louis, Jerome Luai, when they got the ball back on the other side, when it was tapped forward by Philip Sami, he said, come on, he was going, keep it down, let's keep cool. He was insisting on patience, and they got their opportunity. They sent it out the backs. Starford-Toa was able to get through some defence. They were just tired, they were fatigued, they'd been stretched one side, been stretched to the other, so they just needed some good ball control, complete the set, and they were always going to score, and they did it in style. And he improved the position, which is always handy.
So 4-0, West Tigers leading the Gold Coast. Jock Madden with a conversion attempt. Now Starford-Toa opens the scoring for the home team before the delirious full crowd here at Leica. People are still coming into the ground. Here's Madden, 15 out, 20 metres in from the western touchline, and you consider in 80 minutes the Tigers couldn't score last week. Here they've scored in the 13th minute. They're totally dominating the Gold Coast in terms of field position, please. Here's Madden, moves in with the right boot, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. So a great start for the home team. West 6, Gold Coast 0 here at Leichhardt. Now on the text line, 0467920222. Warren from Blacktown, I'm tipping Titans by 14. Kirk from Townsville, Campbell to easily outplay Luai today, go the Titans. Absolute must-win for the Tigers. A lot more expected from Taruva than what he's been dishing up lately since re-signing, says Tim. Karen says that was the best song, Dennis. Really funny. Jen, so exciting. It's all happening. South's a fantastic win. Aussies breaking records in the pool and had a great win in the soccer. I love watching all the sport when I can in China. Go technology. And hi, Mum and Dad, again from Brony. Brony, nice to hear from you again as well. And Marie says Dennis's best song yet. Here's West with it from the kickoff. A Foa outside the 20. Played to Lanyon, goes right. And it's going to be Finu, put to the ground, 30 metres out from his own line. Xiaomi plays the ball now. Lanyon sends the ball away right edge. And West Tigers with it. Already 9 short of halfway. Good field position. He plays it. It comes left to Madden. He dummies and pumps it out the back to Luai. Luai one-hander back to Madden on his own 40. Oh, Pascoe well read. Ball and all tackle. 39 out from the West Tigers goal line. Played to Dissessi Lanyon. Cut out ball. Sends it right to Terrell May. And he got through for the Waker, held up though, a metre short of halfway by Fermor, and also in there was the other front rower for the Gold Coast, Cleese Haas. Kick downfield, taken by Keanu Kinney, 10 out from his own line, heads into safe path, and he'll be put to the ground, 27 out from his own line. Great strength from a relatively little dude in Keanu Kinney. He plays the ball to Campbell, comes centre field right, and hitting the ball up right in the middle of the park is Taumoi Pau, about 34 out from his own line. Now left to Philip Sami. Good strong run. Gets to it in 3 of halfway. Gold Coast with it, trailing 6-0 after 15 and a half minutes. Dummy half Pascoe. Left to Campbell. Turns the ball back on the inside. And Fermor is going to be caught 10 metres inside West Tigers territory. It's played and they work it right. Cooper by. Terrible pass. Picked up on the bounce though by De Groot. Lovely tackle around the knees from Luai. 36 out from the Tigers line. Last play. Pascoe. Short side right to Harrison. Puts up the kick. Being followed through here by Kinney. Up goes Buller. The ball tapped back for Cooper by. Bites to the 10-metre line. Doesn't look to offload though. And it's a changeover. 7 out from the goal line. Easily the best set of 6 for the Gold Coast today. 16 minutes gone. Louis, 6-0 West League Gold Coast.
Well, that's what I'm talking about with the kicks with this wind. They just hoik it up. They're just going to get players run down there and pop it back. It almost worked in Gold Coast Titans' favour. But, yeah, look, their attack's not right on at the moment. The West Tigers are doing a good job in defence also.
So now it is the West Tigers still inside their 20. Ball played quickly and they work it right towards Herbert. Put to the ground. 29 out from his own line. Played Lanyon. Goes left to Ruva. Step through for the Waker. Caught 11 short of halfway by Bai. And now they go to dummy half again. There is a Titan down in back play. I believe it's Pascoe, the hooker. On halfway west, it comes to the left on the last. Luai puts the kick up into the breeze. Keanu Kinney looks at Sami, but it's Kinney with a catch. 10 out from his own line in centre field. They got the pass away as Tony Sukar came across, and Sami beats 1-2. He's over the 30, beats another one, and he's going to be beating Seyfarth as well. Finally tackled 6 short of halfway. Pascoe okay in back play. It's a set restart here for the Gold Coast. There was a shove in the play the ball, and now the Titans are 3 metres in West territory. West leading by 6-0. Ball played to Pascoe. Goes right to Harrison. Back on the inside to Fedawaka. And Taylor May is there to greet him, along with Xiaomi Mi. 38 out from the line. He walked right off the mark. Fedawaka told to go back and play it. Go back, but he doesn't really. Played to Pascoe. Goes left to Harrison. Flat pass on that time to Fleece Haas. Bunty Afoa, one of 3 defenders there. Also coming in was Sukar. Now it's Cooper by middle of the paddock into the defence led there by Seyfarth. Stand to the tackle. 20, make it 19 out from the line. Pascoe goes right. Kinney tried to step and slipped over 12 out. Last tackle coming up for the Gold Coast. Ball played now to Pascoe. Flies it away left to Harrison. Puts in the crossfield kick looking for Sami. He taps the ball back. Campbell has it. 12 out from the line. Got the pass away to Furmore down that left side. It's going to be another changeover. Defence too good. 11 metres out. He ends up over the eastern touchline. Change over to West Tigers. 11 out from their own line. Tigers 6. Titans 0. 18 in the big gone. Let's go to the touchline. John Gibbs.
Yeah, well, now you saw before that Oliver Pascoe is down. He's up. He got an errant arm right in the head. And I think he was worried about his jaw for a while. He wasn't knocked out. That's why he stayed on the field. Now, some bad news for the West Tigers. Tony Sukar, who was on early, they thought there might be an issue with Kai Pearce-Paul. Well, there is. It's a back injury, so he will not be back. So that's long-term serious problems there for Kai Pearce-Paul. And black armbands worn by the Titans for the recent death of Tino Masuali's father, Ferretti.
Yeah, that's right. We reported that yesterday, Jonty. It's Tino and Isaac Sulmalaawi in mourning after death confirmed yesterday of their father. Here's the West Tigers, 35 metres out from the line. And they lead 6-0. They've got a last tackle play here as the ball is played by Fanua Bolle is out there. High kick again, rinse and repeat. Keanu Kinney, great catch this time. 11 metres out from his own line. Gee, there's been some pressure there, Louis. He's got 2 out of the 3 of them, Keanu Kinney.
That was a big take too. Look how high he got up behind his teammate, use his back and come down nice and slow. But yeah, you can see the Dream Bull is a real target for the West Tigers in the middle of the field at the end of every set.
Here's another good run by Sami, centre field. Tackled 29 out from his own line. Played to Pascoe. Goes left to Campbell, away to Beau Fermor. And he's wrapped up 32 out from his own line and 20 in from touch eastern side. 20 minutes gone. West Tigers 6, Gold Coast Titans 0. Cooper by goes right to Harrison. Quick hands Kinney. Centre to Groot. Away down to the wing it goes to Taumai Kiao. He's caught by Luai down low. 3 short of halfway. 5 in from the western touchline. Played on the last to Groot. Goes left to Harrison. Puts the kick up into the breeze. Underneath it Buller. 12 out from his own line with a catch. Heads back over the 20. Ran away from Haas and by. And then he stepped straight through Campbell. Put to the ground centre field. 23 out from his own line by Fedawaka. Played to Madden. Goes right to Ruber. A big run. Gold Coast just cannot keep West Tigers pinned down by any means. 9 short of halfway. Madden dummy half. He sends the ball left again. Bolle. Good run up the middle. 2 metres in Titans territory. They're making easy metres here. The West Tigers. As Seyfarth gets the pass away to his left. And now stepping into the defence for the Tigers is Taylor May. 35 out for the Gold Coast line. Lanyon sends it right. Centre field Seyfarth. Out the back to Madden. Ran to the line. Got it away to Luai. Pass back to Buller. In comes Sami off the wing with a great tackle. Help from by. 28 out from the line. Last play. Look out, Keanu. Here it comes again. Madden puts up the high kick. This ball to the goal line. And Keanu Kinney. That was a little too deep. Kinney takes it in goal. 20-metre tap. 7 tackle set for the Gold Coast. 6-0 in favour favour of the Tigers.
Yeah, well, that was good work there by Keanu Kenny at fullback there, but I can't see who was over on that left edge. He's trying to scream at his teammate to get back on the behind the 20-metre line so he could take the quick tap. And that's really the first mistake that the West Tigers have made in this opening 20 minutes of this first half.
Curtis Moran comes onto the field now for the Gold Coast. Here's a great offload from Arama Howe. Ends up back in centre field, 3 metres short of halfway, and the Gold Coast has it. And that's the first touch for Moran as he's tackled by Terrell May. Plays it to the left. Harrison got it away to Campbell. Takes on the line, wrapped up ball and all. 4 metres in West Territory, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Pascoe goes right to Fittlewaker. To the right, Haas Harrison. Quick hands, Arama Howe. He got a great one-hander away to Keanu Kinney. He's to the 20. Takes on Buller. Flick pass to De Groot. De Groot leaps over the top of one. Oh, Campbell's crushed it round by Safer. But it's a high tackle. And it's a penalty going to the Gold Coast. Much to the chagrin of the West Tigers supporters. 22 minutes gone. 6-0 in favour of West, but Safer gets penalised. First penalty of the game.
Yeah, he might get penalised, but he saves a certain try here for the West Tigers. He does touch him a little bit. I think it's a bit of a soft penalty, but I think he's going to be okay. But that's a huge play there from Seapath to come over and stop that play. They were in for all money, and that would have been Pascoe going over.
So the Gold Coast get this penalty, 2 metres out, 20 in from the western touchline, 6-0 West lead. And this is the first time, really, that Gold Coast has looked threatening. And Luai finally gives the ball back to the hooker, Ollie Pascoe, and he'll...
Who's on report?
Arama Howe is just put on report. So we'll get to the bottom of that at some point. And that happens in the 23rd minute, obviously on the advice of a touch judge. So it's now Gold Coast on the attack. 2 metres out. Pascoe sends a pass to nobody. Bounces to Beau for more. Fends away from one. But he's going to be wrapped up on that side by Pat Herbert. 8 metres out from the line. 12 in from touch in the southeast corner. He'll play the ball to Brimson. Comes to the right with a long ball to Campbell. Then away to Moran. Plays it out the back to Harrison. He turns it back on the inside. And they've knocked the ball on Gold Coast 10 metres out. Came back on the inside to Pascoe. Drop ball. And the West Tigers will get a scrum feed. 10 out from their own goal line. So it remains West leading Gold Coast 6-0. 23 gone. Good tackle by Luai. Touchline we go. Johnny Gibbs.
Well, a player that got a little bit of flack last week after the poor performance was Jerome Luai, because a lot of people were pointing fingers and saying, his decision to go to PNG has affected the team, which is baloney, if you ask me. But nevertheless, he has worked so hard today. He's done everything asked of him, Jerome Luai. He's done so many good things.
Yeah, he has today. Here's the ball coming right from the scrum window to Ruva. He scored 15 out from his own line. Now West Tigers with the ball. 20 out from their own line. Herbert caught just outside the 20. There's the ball to the left. They work it. And it's with Bolle. Fanua Bolle, the front rower, still standing in the tackle. They're coming from Haas and also Moran right on the West Tigers 30. Played to Lanyon. Goes right to Terrell May. Reeling out of the tackle there was Pascoe, but he's okay. It's played 14 short of halfway. Lanyon goes left to Luai. Kicks from outside the 40. Turns Keanu Kinney around. Bounces near the uprights. In fact, right through them. But he's going to field at Keanu Kinney. Gets into the field to play easily enough. And he scored 12 out from his own line. 15 minutes 30 left first half. 6-0 West Tigers. Let's tell you what, Louis, the game is moving along.
It is moving along. It's pretty end-to-end stuff. The West Tigers have done some really good things. They look great coming out their own end. They've done some good, nice attack, but their kicking game has been really, really good. But for me, that goal line defence there just showed that they've definitely turned up, and they want to make sure they get their win this afternoon.
Now Brimson dummy half. Goes left to Furmore. He's scored about 13 short of halfway. 6-0 West lead Gold Coast. Ball played to the right. Fittlewaker. He linked up there with Harrison, who's scored 2 short of halfway. Last tackle for the Gold Coast. Dummy half is Pascoe. Comes right. Harrison kicks downfield. Down to Jerome Buller. 19 out for the West Tigers line with the catch. He steps into De Groot and caught on his own 30-metre line. Now the Tigers start another set. Luai. He goes right to star forward Toa. Steps into Furmore and wrapped up 11 short of halfway. Onto the field now Latu Fainu. He comes out there for the West Tigers. Taruva, meanwhile, gets an offload away to Herbert. Herbert down that eastern touch line. Taken there by Brimson, Campbell and Sami. 7 in from touch eastern side. Now it's Madden, goes left to Safer. Bounced away from Pasco, into Cleese Haas. 6 metres in Titans territory. Played to Latu Fainu. Goes left to Madden to Luai. Straight through one. Dreadful attempt again by Harrison. His defence needs some work. Now he's caught about 25 out from the goal line by the second rower Howe. Played on the last. Madden puts up the kick. Pressure coming as well. Up goes Kenny. Juggled. Lost. Picked up by Buller. He gets the pass away and they're claiming a try. The West Tigers through the centre three-quarter. Taylor May's been awarded. Oh, Kenny's had mixed success. Buller got there. Got the ricochet. Back it went to Taylor May. Another try to West. 26 and a bit gone. West Tigers 10. Gold Coast 0.
Yeah, well, it's the same kick that they've been working on right from the start of this opening half. They're kicking it back to the middle, trying to find Dream Buller. This one here, beautiful, just hoiks it straight up in the air, gets it about 10 metres out. The man on the spot, Dream Buller. And Giano Kenny comes down with it, but I think he pops the ball out one-handed. And then when he gets the ball in his hand, the man on the spot is Taylor May. He couldn't believe his luck. He gets the ball and just pops over as easy as you like. Is there a knock on there? I'd like to have a look at this. It might be a little bit of a bobble from Dream Buller that touches Keanu Kenny. I reckon I'll look at that upstairs, but great execution and great skill there from Dream Buller.
Coastline, Johnny Gibbs.
Yeah, I agree with that, Louis. It looked a little bit ungainly when he went after the ball because he looked like he had it. Then there was a bit of a ricochet, whether or not he's got the ball, but it was well taken in the end by Buller, who gave the ball to Taylor May. I think they needed another score if this try is ratified because they have had so much dominance. 6-0 is not a big enough lead. Just by the way, just clarifying, Andrew, as far as we can find out, I think the only player placed on the report was Alex Seyfarth for that tackle down the other end. I don't think it was Arama Howe.
Okay.
Try confirmed.
So it's 10-0, 12 minutes 30 to go. I thought he looked at, pointed at Arama Howe and said his name.
No, I thought he said his name as well.
It does get confusing, especially when it's well after the event. So now the kick coming from Jock Madden. He's 21 metres out, 9 in from the western touchline. 10-0, Tigers lead Titans. And this is a chance to go up by 2 converted tries. They've been totally the dominant team. Here's Madden now with the right boot. Moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. That was sweet from Jock Madden. So he's 2 out of 2. 12-0, Tigers lead Titans here at Leichhardt Oval. On the text line, 0467 920 222. How can a player be put on report without a penalty? You do see it all the time these days because they can't go back retrospectively and give the penalty, but it can be 2 minutes later sometimes when a player is put on report from the bunker. I love listening to that latest song from Dennis Carnahan, arguably his best ever, says Paul. We're seeing aerial views of the park where the game's being played. No wonder some renovations are due. Marie, they've been due for a while. Let's go Tigers. Socceroos made my day. Let's see what this mob can do. And up the Aussie says Filthy Phil. Yeah, it has been a great day for the Socceroos. 2-0 winners over Turkey. Play 2 here now for the West Tigers. And Xiaomi Fainu has scored 22 out from his own goal line. Also around the grounds, New South Wales Women's Premiership. 22 all, West Tigers and Central Coast full time. Second half, PNG Hunters and Burleigh Bears are locked at 12 all. And Arama Howe, I can confirm, is definitely on report. Here's the Tigers, 6 short of halfway. AFL, St Kilda at half-time, leading the Giants 52-51. Super Netball second quarter, Swifts 29 leading Giants 26 in the derby. Now Latu Fainu goes right to Madden, puts up the kick from 47 metres out. Down to the fullback, Giano Kenny with a catch. 13 out from his own goal line, returned it and put to the ground on his own 20. So we've had 28.5 minutes of play. West Tigers all over the Gold Coast, leading 12 points to 0. Now a solid hit is put on Jensen Taumoi Piao. He gets up, plays it, goes left to Philip Sami. I reckon has been the Gold Coast best player. He's forced across field and down, 33 out from his own line. Ball played to Pasco, fires it right for the Waker. Got a short ball away to support. And that looks like one of the bench players, Paxton on the field, Josh Paxton, who's tackled 6 short of halfway. Played to Pasco, goes right to Waker. Out the back to Harrison, then away now, and slipping and falling is Kenny. 3 metres in West Territory. 10 in from the western touchline. Last tackle, Gold Coast. Played to the group. Goes left to Harrison, stepped around the defender coming through, puts a right kick down to Buller. He catches it, 19 18 out from his own line, 4 in from the western touch line, and got straight past the chase there of Arama Howe, put to the ground on his own 30. Played to Luai. Goes right this time to Starford Tower. Good solid hitter. Tackled. In there was Moran, 35 out from the goal line. Latu Finu from dummy half. There was a set restart in the previous play. I think I heard the bell. So that's the third for the West Tigers. And now they work it within 5 of halfway. 10 minutes and 12 seconds left in the half. West 12, Gold Coast 0. Now dummy half Latu Finu. He sends the ball to the right edge. And standing in the tackle is Terrell May. Right on halfway, 20th for the eastern touch line. Last play comes left to Luai. Left foot kick with a breeze at his back down the throat of Keanu Kinney. 11 out from his own line, heads to the 20 and just beyond into Bolle and put to the ground with help from Safepath right on the Gold Coast 20. It's 12-0 Tigers lead, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, the Tigers is doing everything right at the moment. This could be squeaky clean, not give away any penalties. Don't give the field position here to the Gold Coast Titans. So they keep this pressure on and get another try just before half-time. They could break the back there of the Gold Coast Titans. But if they score here, they'll be very confident, the Gold Coast.
Sami plays it. It comes right edge. And Patson's going to be caught 4 metres short of halfway. Middle of the paddock, northern end. Plays the ball to Pascoe. Goes left to Campbell, away to Famore. Got a one-hander back to Kinney. He's over the 30. Brimson with him. Kinney dummies. Then got a pass away that's brilliantly caught. Flying through is Jaden Campbell for the try. That is what the Gold Coast can do. Brilliant skills from Kinney. Great backing up from Jaden Campbell. And the Titans get their first points. 9 minutes left in the half. Try to Campbell's a ripper. West 12, Gold Coast 4. Kick to come Titans.
Yeah, and just like that, just as we were saying, everything that the West Tigers were doing, they were doing really well, but they just couldn't afford to give away a penalty or give field position. But here, just a really nice, strong carry, a beautiful offload to find Keanu Kenny in the backfield, and then he had a couple of decisions. Does he go out to the left or does he come back on the inside? And he picks up the man, Campbell, just as easy as you like. It was a tough catch, actually, at full speed, and he scores a try pretty much right underneath the black dot. And they'll be super confident now, the Gold Coast Titans. Funny every time you see a try, how quickly the momentum just shifts for the last 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, energy shifts, everything does. And Jaden Campbell tried and convert his own try here, 10 metres out, right in front, southern end. Still just a sea of movement around this ground. Here's Campbell and makes no mistake. His first shot of the day to convert his own try. West Tigers 12, Gold Coast Titans 6. 8 minutes left first half. NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. We go to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, they've got so many players, haven't they, the Gold Coast, that can hurt you. They just struggle to score when in the opposition's 20. And on this occasion, a long-range try was a beauty. And Kenny thought he was going to go all the way. Jareem Buller did a good job to round him up, but backing up was Campbell when Buller had him. And they've scored 12-6. The way the dominance has been, they'd be on good terms with themselves, the Gold Coast Titans.
Now on the text line, Dave in the ACT, guys, hope you're all well. Love to call each and every weekend, letting you know those who like to watch the game on telly and listen to the ABC coverage on radio, there's no lag on the ABC TV radio. So if you have a second TV, tune into that. Sound up, TV coverage sound down. Hope that makes sense. It does. Or what can people do, Louis, if they're listening on the app?
Oh, just go straight down to the little search bar and just type in Rapid, and it'll get you up to speed with us boys.
So now from the kickoff, but my dad loves to do that. He listens to our games on the telly.
Yeah, right.
But gets weirded out because he's staring at a TV screen with nothing on it. Listening to you and I gibber away, John. 7 minutes 40 to go in the half. 12-6 West Tigers lead. Outs Curtis Moran for the Gold Coast. He's tackled. 31 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball to Pascoe. Goes right to Fodawaker. Then Harrison turns it on the inside. Arama Howe. He's threatening, but he's taken over the top by Safepath. Heavy tackle. 4 metres short of halfway, and Howe staying down. Safepath is even concerned about his condition. Rolls over Arama Howe. Trainer comes in. Time off with 7 minutes 20 to go. Nothing illegal in the tackle by Safepath.
It wasn't at the high. It might be something to do with his ankle. So he rolls over his ankle, but it's not a hip drop. His body's on the ground.
That looked like there's nothing illegal in that at all. Let's go to the touchline and Gibbsy.
Yeah, he's hanging on to the trainer there and doing some calf stretches or calf raises, checking out his ankle. He's okay. I think he was looking for a penalty.
Here's Keanu Kinney on the left side. Caught 6 metres in West Territory. Played on the last. And the kick goes downtown from Jaden Campbell. Good high kick to Ruva coming after it. And the ball's been lost. It was knocked on both ways. It's going to be a changeover to the West Tigers, though. 20 metres out from their own goal line. The first knock-on came from the Titans chase. 7 left in the half. 12-6 in favour of West over Gold Coast. John Denver's in the house. Bit of country roads action here like that. Now, ball played to Madden. And he sends it open side left, and there's a jarring tackle coming in about 24 metres out from the West Tigers line, played by Herbert, comes left to Ruva, and he's caught 30 out from his own line. In there over the top was Moran with Fodawaker, played to Latu Fainu. He sends it left edge now for the Tigers, who have it 14 metres short of halfway. West up 12-6, they did lead 12-0. Played to Latu Fainu, goes right to Safar. Fodawaker led the defence, and in comes Paxton as well. 9 short of halfway as he stood in the tackle. Latu Fainu left to Terrell May. He dummied to Luai, runs into Moran over the top. There were 3 of them involved. Finally on the deck, 5 metres in Titans territory. Last tackle Tigers, and it comes right to Madden. The kick from 48 metres out. Down to Philip Sami in the northeast corner with the catch. 10 out from his own line. A wall of West Tigers chase him and make the tackle on the Titans. 6 left in the half. 12-6 West Tigers lead.
Yeah, well, the Gold Coast Titans have definitely picked up. Got a little bit of energy behind them at the moment. But I like what they do when they go to the middle of the field. They set up both sides. They can shift to the right or to the left. They're looking nice and dangerous on this right side. So hopefully they stay there and continue to ask those questions.
Gold Coast over their own 30. It's played. Pascoe goes right to a young man that Scott Sattler was raving about in our pre-game chat, Jet Liu, and he's caught 4 short of halfway by Safar. Quick play the ball. Pascoe from dummy half. Got it away left Kenny. He's over the 30-minute Kenny. He's got Moran with him. One-handed catch. Beach one tackle to the goal line. He's over. Oh, what a try set up by Giano Kenny. Finished off by former Bulldog Curtis Moran. 2 spectacular tries from the Gold Coast. 5 minutes left in the half. The try finished off by Moran, set up by Kenny. West 12, Gold Coast 10, and the Tigers are thinking, where did our lead go?
Well, the lead went as soon as the Gold Coast Titans started getting a little bit of a snip and a little bit of field position, but beautiful work here, knowing that the space is up the middle of the field. Really good work out of dummy half there from Pascoe, and he comes up with a beautiful ball to find Keanu Kenny, and you know what, Curtis Moran does an outstanding job to get that ball down.
What a finish.
Yeah, he's pushing up in the middle of the field. He gets a nice pass. It's a bit of a tough catch. He's got a couple of people he's got to beat. Keep pumping those legs, and then finds the ball on the grass between a couple of boots. Brilliant try from the Gold Coast side.
Great finish, great setup, and let Gibbsy catch his breath because he is a major Mini Kenny fan. We'll go to the kick first. Here's Campbell, 10 out, 5 to the left of the post to level the scores with 4 minutes left in the half. He strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 2 out of 2. 12 all Western Gold Coast. Down to you, John Gibbs.
Oh, great try there by Keanu Kenny. What a move. But it was great work initially, Andrew, by the hooker. He did a great job, Ollie Pascoe. He's a really good player, Oliver Pascoe. He hasn't had that many first-grade games. This is only his 10th game in first grade. He set that up with a good move out of dummy half. Kenny backing up, and then Curtis Moran. You know what you get with Curtis Moran. He's going to be there. He's reliable and did a great job to get the ball to ground. 12 all. I think the West Tigers would be in a state of shock.
And tell you what, Dennis's song, Keanu Kenny, Mini Kenny, is playing a starring role here. 0467 920 222. Neville wrote, Josh Hannay, the opposition team lost 68-0 last week. Is this really the profession for you? Might have gone off a little bit early there, Neville. 12 all the score, 3 minutes 30 left in the half. Here's Gold Coast, 25 out from their own line. Liu plays it. Comes right to the try scorer, Moran. Scored 33 out from his own line. Plays it to Pascoe, goes left Liu, away to Harrison. Dummies inside, ends up going outside to Campbell with no room. And he's caught 10 metres short of halfway, 20 in for touch on the eastern side. Now played, Pascoe goes right. Harrison to Kenny, he's away again. He's over the 40, over the 30, the 20. Got a pass back on the inside and deliberately running over the defence to score is Aaron Howe. Try to the Gold Coast. Keanu Kenny sets up another one. Wow, what a try. Howe is over. 3 minutes left in the half, and it is now Gold Coast Coast in front. Titans 16, West 12 as they hush went over this Leichhardt Oval crowd, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, they've just got the Tigers absolutely rattled at the moment. They're running hard, they're running direct, they're asking questions out wide. They come back through the middle of the field. And Keanu Kenny, again, just getting the ball at full speed. He's got great footwork, he's got beautiful balance, he breaks tackles, and he weighs up this situation absolutely perfect. He's got West Tigers players all around him. He looks like he's going to try and take on Jareem Buller. He goes, and then a beautiful little pass there to find Arama Howe. I don't know how he got there, but he did, and that was a great try underneath the stick.
Was that pun intended?
You like that one?
I didn't mind it. Here's Campbell, 10 metres out, right in front. Arama Howe the try. They've now scored 3 tries in 6 minutes. Gold Coast. Boy, they're thrilling to watch when it comes together. As Campbell converts, he's 3 out of 3, and just like that, it's the Titans 18, the Tigers 12. 2 minutes left in the half, John Gibbs.
Well, what's amazing is they're all long-range efforts too. They're all exciting tries, and they've dominated the West Tigers, and all of a sudden, just before half-time, 2 minutes to half-time, they find themselves down by a converted try. And my man, you might bag me, I think he's getting a few more supporters. Keanu, a.k.a. Mini Kenny, is getting more supporters by the game.
Unreal to watch. Boy, oh boy. And a delight to speak with on the program last week. Here's a kick-off from Madden, and the Gold Coast will return it through Paxton. He's going to be caught 12 metres out from his own line. So now the Gold Coast set at centre field left to Jet Liu. He's caught 18 out from his own line. 1 minute 38 left in the half. Philip Sami. He's at first receiver. Taken on his own 30-metre line for the Titans. Plays the ball to Pascoe. Comes centre field right to Moran. Middle of the park. Taken by Safepath and 2 others. 12 short of halfway. Right now Pascoe goes left Campbell. Away to Beaufort Moore. He's been very good on that left edge. Taken here on halfway. 19 in from the eastern touchline in front of the hill. Last tackle Gold Coast with his 18-12 lead. Pascoe, long ball right to Harrison. Kicks it from halfway. Jareem Buller is under it. 13 down from his own line. And remember that the breeze behind the West Tigers back in this first half. And West did lead 12 points to 0. Now Buller inside the 30. Plays it to Madden. Goes left to Ruba. Good strong run into Howe. Caught 14 short of halfway. 49 seconds left in the half. Play to Latu Fainu. He sends the ball left to Taylor May, and he's caught about 6 metres short of halfway. Plays it now to Latu Fainu. Centre field right Madden. Out the back right to Luai. They move it to Buller. Buller dummies, goes himself. Turns it back on the inside to Herbert. And he's going to be tackled about 38 metres out from the line. 26 seconds left on the ticking clock. West Tigers with it. Played it to Ruba. Goes left to Madden. Madden dummies inside. Goes outside to Luai. Luai runs at the defence and then offloads left to Toa. He runs into the group. Tackled 29 out. 11 in from touch. Western side. 10 seconds left in the half. Played on the last to Taylor May. Goes right to Madden. Here's another of these kicks. Buller against Kenny. Buller the catch. Knocked it on. Picked up by Safepath, but it is a knock on by Jareem Buller. The crowd react. That looked like an obvious knock on. But the crowd's here to party and play, and they've seen their team go from 12-0 up to 18-12 down. And that'll be it for the first 40 minutes here at a jam-packed Leichhardt Oval. What a fight back from the Gold Coast. The West Tigers burst out of the blocks. It took them a little bit to score, but they dominated early on. And then Starford Toa, he scored in the 13th minute. Taylor May in the 27th. Jock Madden, 2 goals from 2 attempts, 3 restarts. For Gold Coast, they're 18 points. Tries to Jaden Campbell in the 31st minute. To Curtis Moran in the 35th and Arama Howe in the 37th. 3 tries in 6 minutes. Jaden Campbell 3 from 3. Arama Howe placed on report in the 23rd minute. 2 restarts. Penalties 1-0 to the Gold Coast. He's keeping his whistle in his pocket, Wyatt Raymond. And it's the Gold Coast in front 18-12 with 3 pretty thrilling tries in quick succession, Louis.
Amazing tries there from the Gold Coast Titans. Excuse me, I don't know what happened there. But they had to hang in there. The Gold Coast Titans, they were defending their line. The West Tigers had all field position. They come up with 2 tries. A nice pass there from Jerome Luai to set up their first try, where Starford Toll went over, and a bit of brilliance, if I can get it out, from Jareem Buller, just chasing the kick and then getting a bit of a tap back to find May. But really, the Gold Coast Titans just had to wait, bide their time, come up with some beautiful plays. But their attack is scintillating when they get it right. They look so good up through the middle of the the field. And I reckon Pascoe, out of dummy half, he's the one who's causing a lot of damage to the defence of the West Tigers.
Did you just describe it as scintillating?
No, it's just scintillating.
Okay. Still sounds like scintillating. No, fair call.
What did I say? Tintillating?
No, I thought you said scintillating.
Scintillating.
But I bow to your, you know what you said. Let's go down to the touchline. John Gibbs, what a comeback from the Titans.
It was a great comeback, and we saw some scintillating play, certainly. I tell you what, though, I mean, Kinney, Brimson really hasn't done much, has he? So, and he scores a try every time he plays there at Leichhardt, so look out for that in the second half. The good news for the West Tigers, if they can have good news at half-time, is that breeze, and you can see the tips of the trees down at that northern end from your vantage point there. It seems to have abated somewhat, so maybe they're going to have a little bit of luck there. But it's been a really good effort. The West Tigers, they rested on their laurels. Their play the ball speed was amazing. So Benji Marshall was looking for a reaction after that pummeling last week. Well, he got it, but all of a sudden they dropped their guard. There was a couple of good plays, and they seemed to go to sleep. And certainly the Gold Coast Titans made them pay. It's all set up for a grand second half at the last game at Leichhardt Oval for who knows how long.
Now, I'm getting confirmation all over the place from our producer, Ralph Tucker. I think it's Zano in the studio. Louis definitely said scintillating. So congrats. He'll put it in your dictionary. Don't worry about it.
All they know.
Well, they've got ears.
I've got no idea, mate.
No idea.
In front of me.
Aramahau is on report, by the way, for leading with the knees while in possession. That's what happened there in the 23rd minute. We'll get Scott Sorensen's thoughts on the first half after the ABC News. And on the text line, today's full-time scores wrapping up Group 9's round 7. Tumut Blues 16 defeated Albury Thunder 8. Cootamundra Bulldogs 34 beat South City Bulls 30. And Wagga Kangaroos and Young Cherry Pickers had a 16-all draw. As ever, thank you, Riverina Rooster. It is half-time. It's 18-12, Gold Coast leading West Tigers. And the Socceroos had a win, 2-0 over Turkey. In the netball, it's half-time. Swifts lead the Giants 32-31. In the AFL, third quarter, St Kilda 60 leading the Giants 57. It's scintillating everywhere. And second half of the Queensland Cup, PNG Hunters are 12-all with the Burleigh Bears. All right, ABC News time right now on NRL Sunday.
Hello, this is ABC News with David Rowlands. The Socceroos have had a dream start to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The Australians have upset Turkey 2-0 in their opening game of the tournament, which was played in the Canadian city of Vancouver. A goal in each half was enough to give them a sensational victory, while they were forced to repel wave after wave of Turkish attack in the closing stages to earn all 3 points. We'll have more on that story. That match has just ended a short time ago. Australia 2 defeating Turkey 0. Federal Health Minister Mark Butler has hit back at the states over claims the government's overhaul of the NDIS goes beyond what they'd agreed to. The Albanese government wants the changes passed by Parliament in early July, saving the budget $35 billion over a decade. The states and territories last week made a joint submission to an inquiry suggesting the looming changes exceed the scope of the agreement made between governments. However, Mr Butler has accused them of posturing.
I think that submission was an extraordinary submission given the clear commitments that Premiers signed on to a few months ago, in exchange for which the Commonwealth has made available $25 billion in additional funding to hospitals.
There's no clarity yet on whether a deal between Iran and the United States will be signed later today, despite both sides signalling that an agreement is imminent. This assessment of the proposed deal from the BBC's Joe Inwood.
What's important here, I think, is what is not included, because really what we're not getting to are the really, really thorny issues. The things which, before this all started, were posing diplomatic problems for the Americans. Things like the nuclear file, what to do with the highly enriched uranium, what to do about proxies. From the Iranians' point of view, what to do about American military presence around the region. Well, all of that is not being dealt with in this, and what they're doing is saying, right, we'll open the strait, we won't fight for 60 days, and all the really difficult things that have been massive global diplomatic headaches for years and years and years, we'll deal with those in the next 60 days.
Officials at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Russian-occupied Ukraine say its transport workshop has been damaged in an attack by Ukrainian forces. They say cars were destroyed and refuelling pumps damaged, but the plant remains under full operational control and radiation levels within it and its surrounding areas are within normal limits. As Europe's largest nuclear facility, the Zaporizhzhia plant has repeatedly experienced disruptions of external power supplies during the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The president of the group Pakistanis in Australia says the community is devastated by the fatal shooting of a 9-year-old Perth girl in Pakistan. According to local media, Hania Ahmed and her family were visiting relatives in Chikwal. As they left a family dinner late on Wednesday night local time, their hire car was allegedly fired upon by Pakistani police in a case of mistaken identity following an armed robbery. Kewdale schoolgirl Hania died in the shooting and her brother and father were injured. Zamin Siddiqui says that Perth's Pakistani community is in shock.
We are all very much devastated at the moment. It is something that you watch in the movies when you look at the pictures of the cars, but it happens to somebody that you may have seen somewhere very close to you.
The Brisbane City Council has revealed that its budget, set to be handed down on Wednesday, will include a $5.6 million investment into expanding the city's health and wellness initiatives. Move Well Brisbane is the next phase of the city's active and healthy program, which has provided free and low-cost fitness and movement activities at 218 locations across Brisbane. Lord Mayor Adrian Schrinner says the new program responds directly to cost of living challenges.
Everything is free, and it's about making sure that Brisbane residents have the opportunity to stay active and healthy, to get out, to enjoy our amazing city, but also without hurting the hip pocket. We know that is important all the time, but it's particularly important right now.
A South Melbourne man has been charged over an alleged serious assault of a 63-year-old man at a local park 2 days ago. The older man remains in a critical condition in hospital after he was allegedly assaulted on Friday afternoon. A 22-year-old man has been charged with recklessly causing serious injury and is due to face court tomorrow. Police say another man is also believed to have been involved and the people are all known to each other. And just repeating our top story that the Socceroos have won their opening match at the Soccer World Cup, beating Turkey 2-0 in Vancouver.
Hi, it's Zanro. Excited that a new generation are taking on a classic series. 6 filmmakers, 10 countries, 1 winner.
What could possibly go wrong?
Race around the world. Streaming now on ABC iView.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
And in goes left to Lua. Plays it out the back. This time it looks promising. Away to Toa. Parsons dreadful defence from Harrison and he's over to score. He just bounced through Kenny and Harrison as if they didn't exist. And he is over to score. Starport Toa. It had to come. It does come.
Now, some bad news for the West Tigers. Tony Sukkar, who was on early, they thought there might be an issue with Clyde Pierce-Paul. Well, there is. It's a pec injury, so he will not be back. So that's long-term serious problems there for Clyde Pierce-Paul.
Right on the last, Madden puts up the kick. Pressure coming as well. Up goes Kenny. Juggled. Lost. Picked up by Buller. He gets the pass away and they're claiming a try. The West Tigers through the centre three-quarter. Taylor May's been awarded. Oh, Kenny's had mixed success. Buller got there. Got the ricochet. Back it went to Taylor May. Another try to West. Campbell awaited for more. Got a one-hander back to Kenny. He's over the 30. Brimson with him. Kenny dummies. Then got a pass away that's brilliantly caught. Flying through is Jaden Campbell for the try. That is what the Gold Coast can do. Brilliant skills from Kenny. Great backing up from Jaden Campbell. And the Titans get their first points. We play the ball. Pasco from dummy half. Got it away left Kenny. He's over the 30-minute Kenny. He's got Moran with him. One-handed catch. Beats one tackle to the goal line. He's over. Oh, what a try set up by Xiaomi Kenny. Now play. Pasco goes right. Harrison to Kenny. He's away again. He's over the 40. Over the 30. The 20. Got a pass back on the inside. And deliberately running over the defence to score his own. How? Try to the Gold Coast. Keanu Kenny sets up another one.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
And ABC Listen.
You're with Luke Lewis, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore. NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. 18-12 Gold Coast Titans leading the West Tigers. Four-time premiership winner with the Penrith Panthers, Scott Sorensen, is with us as he has been all day. Sorrow, welcome back to you. One name that kept being repeated there even in the highlights, Xiaomi Mi. What
absolute magic here has been for the Gold Coast Titans. Look, I thought, the start of the game, the Tigers had all the ball. The high intensity, running really hard over the advantage line and some aggressive defence. They were winning the field position. They're doing a great job in getting in good field position to allow their halves to put in really good attacking kicks. And I just thought, the Tigers are on here scoring two really good tries. But the Titans have done a brilliant job staying in it and wrestling it back. And as you touched on, Kenny, absolute magic and doing a really good job, the Gold Coast Titans.
How devastating is it for a team, in this case the West Tigers? They are clearly the better dominant team for 30 minutes, but they find themselves 6 points down to the break.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd be really disappointed with that. They started really, really well. I know you might have touched on there, having the wind to their back as well. So they couldn't have asked much more for the way they've been playing here in the first half. But yeah, I'm sure they'll be really disappointed, especially letting in 3 tries so quickly into the half time. And I'm sure they'll be having some conversations in there and turning it around for the second half.
You don't hear as much these days about point advantage with a win behind your back and that sort of thing as we once did. What about as a playing group? Do you talk about the win much in terms of, do you feel pressure like we've got to get on top because it's behind us?
I don't necessarily think you feel pressure, but it's definitely something that you might talk about, or the spine might talk about. Your 9, 6 and 7 relating to their kicking game and getting down there, and it definitely helps. But the Tigers in for a battle for the second half.
The kicking game for the Tigers was pretty good, wasn't it? From that sort of 30-metre out range by Jock Madden, Kenny was under a heap of pressure.
Absolutely he was, and Buller was doing a brilliant job, and they come off with a try with it as well. So I'm sure they can get back to that, and I'm sure those are the conversations that they're having amongst each other in the dressing room right now, that if they can get back to winning the field position, getting into those zones where they can put attacking kicks in for Buller to chase through, then I'm sure that'll go a long way to helping them out for the second half.
Scott Louis just got excited. Know why? It started to rain again. You all right there, Louis? Look at your big Cheshire cat grin.
How good. Here comes the chaos, hopefully.
It's currently only a bit of a sprinkle. There are a few umbrellas up. Now, Gibbsy, see, John Gibbs is down there. Jonty, you don't need an umbrella because you got your new fancy pants jacket.
Yeah, and I've just changed, and I've put the water-resistant jacket under my new waterproof jacket, Louis, and I'm doing just fine, although my goggles are getting a little bit scratchy. I could do some windscreen wipers. Here comes the Tides. I was just talking to the Gold Coast, and Josh Hannay very happy with the way things turned out. Wasn't too disappointed with the tries they gave up. Wants more hard work, and you wouldn't believe it, a 2 to 3 try wind was mentioned, or that has dropped from about 27k to 15k. So from about 3 on the Beaufort scale to 2 in the space of the last 10 minutes, but that could pick up dramatically. Here comes the Tigers.
Gibbsy works all that out too, Sorrow, by just licking his finger and putting it up in the air.
Well, you can see it from up here looking down at him. He just knows it all. It's on point.
How do you reckon he looks in the jacket?
He looks cold, I'll tell you that.
That's going to say special, but cold will do. All right, so 18-12 Gold Coast. Who do you like from here?
Oh, if the Titans can keep up the momentum, I think the Titans can run away with it. But I did back the Tigers today's game, and I'm not changing my mind. I think the Tigers will win here at home.
Okay, it sounds like you were considering changing your back. All right, Scott Sorensen will be back with us in the post-game show. We're with you until 6:30, wrapping up the weekend's round, and we will get everyone's wow moment of the weekend. So, West Tigers to kick off, running left to right as you look at your radio, defending the northern end of Leichhardt Oval. Gold Coast at the southern end, the Mary Street end, the Keith Barnstead end. I think even gives you referred to as the Wollongong end a little bit earlier. Gold Coast to get first use of the foot in. Here we go. Kick off down to that south-east corner. It's scored 10 metres out from the goal line, and the catch was taken by Taumoi Piao. He sends the ball right, and they have it 19 metres out from the goal line. Louis, this box is too small for that. Comes to the left side now for the Titans and Tau Moipiao. Put to the ground, 25 metres out from the Gold Coast line. Thank you, Dennis. Here's Jet Liu. He got the pass away to Oliver Pascoe. He takes on the line and caught 10 metres short of halfway. Titans with it, first set, second half. Play to Kinney, goes right to Harrison, then away to Aramahau. He's tackled about a metre short of halfway and 11 in from touch on the eastern side. Plays the ball for the Titans. Comes left, Keanu Kinney. Accelerates into the defence. This time he's dealt with. Safar first to greet him. 7 metres in West Territory. Played on the last. Pascoe goes right. Harrison the kick from 45 metres out into the 15k wind, or with it behind him, I should say. Catch taken by Jareem Buller. He brings it over the 10 into Moran and Paxton and shoved backwards 9 out from his own goal line. So that's the first set gone. 1 minute gone. Second half. Gold Coast 18-12, and he's lost the ball trying to play it. Jareem Buller. Or was it Madden? The ball's been knocked on regardless. No, it's Jareem Buller's mistake. And Gold Coast will get a scrum feed, Luke Lewis, 10 metres out from the west goal line.
Yeah, he goes to put it down, and it does hit the boot of the Gold Coast Titans player, but that's not his fault. So you can see he get up. He was a bit angry. He goes, he was saying to his teammates, it is my fault. Don't worry about it. Don't challenge it. But a really good opportunity for the Gold Coast Titans early in this second half. 10 metres out, right in the middle of the field in the very first, minute and a half of this second half.
Who has the bigger pipes, Andrew, Scott or Louis? A couple of specimens on here to Savo, says Mitch. I'll address that shortly. He comes left to AJ Brimson, tackled 10 metres out. Ball's going to be played down to Pascoe. What a chance here for the Titans. He sends the ball away right side, this time to Moran. Moran looking for a second, spins out of one, tackled 2 metres out from the line. Titans on the attack, Pascoe. Long ball goes right, Harrison turns it into Howe. He's looking for a double as well, Aramahau, but he's going to be caught just short of the goal line. Stands in the tackle right between the sticks. Eventually plays the ball to Pascoe. Fires it deep left to Harrison. Short ball away's a beauty to Beaufort, and he dives over untouched to score the try midway between the touchline and the goalpost. Beaufort is in. What a start, second half. The mistake from Jareem Buller in the play the ball, and boy, did Gold Coast make the Tigers pay. It's now Gold Coast 22, West 12 with a kick to come. Beaufort the try.
Yeah, beautiful work here by Beaufort. He just punched it into a beautiful hole, and it just looked way too easy for the Gold Coast Titans. Then they come down with a really nice set, and you got Jareem Buller just gets up for a quick play the ball, doesn't get it right, comes up Monera, then all of a sudden 3 plays in, the Gold Coast Titans are going over the try line of the West Tigers once again. So nice work there from the Gold Coast side. Beautiful pass, beautiful hole, outstanding start.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Heavy price to pay for that poor play the ball from Jareem Buller, and a lovely ball set up by Zane Harrison, squared them up, gave the ball to Beaufort. Beaufort normally, we've seen him score some tries, plenty of them, and this is his 105th game and it's his 33rd try, Andrew, but he hasn't scored. That's his first of the season, so he's been in a bit of a try-scoring drought, but that was really well executed.
It certainly was, and now the conversion from Jaden Campbell. He's 16 out, 15 in for the western touchline, moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. And 4 tries in 12 football minutes for Gold Coast, either side of half-time, gives them a 24-12 lead over the West Tigers. On the text line, 0467 920 222. In terms of size between Louis and Sorrow, not totally dissimilar. Sorrow's claiming win with the muscles. Louis got the win with the legs.
And you got the win with the air conditioner.
You've got the... Mate, you are unbeaten.
No.
You are unbeaten. You're the world's #1 when it comes to air conditioning. But in terms of hair, Scott's got more hair than Louis. But yeah, they're very similar specimens. I reckon Scott looks the strongest he's ever looked in his career.
And he's got nice tan, but he tans up.
Who said he's got really beautiful skin?
I think that was Saps, yeah.
Yeah. Here's the Gold Coast now. Maybe that's just compared to us. Rain gets a little heavier. Gold Coast on their 20. I've got potholes everywhere. Comes to the left. Through hands from Campbell. Away to the try scorer for Moore. Fret the offload, but put to the ground. 25 out from his own line and 15 in from the western touchline. Dummy half Pascoe. And goes right to Philip Sami. He scored centre field, 30 out from his own line. Titans 24, Tigers 12. That's 24 unanswered points for the Gold Coast, and in no small way due to the play tackle down Keanu Kinney, 14 short of halfway. Caught there by Xiaomi Mi, played on the last. Pascoe goes left. Campbell runs into his work, kicks it down to Sunia Taruva with a catch. 12 out from his own goal line, heads up over the 20. Moore is there, but he got past him into Moran. Tackled 28 out from his own line. West Tigers with it. 24-12 to the Titans, and they lead the Tigers 24-12. 5 gone second half. West with the footy. 32 out from their own line. Madden. He sends it away left. Taylor May caught 10 short of halfway. Played to Latu Fainu. Open side right to Alex Safar. The tackle by Paxton. 3 short of halfway. Josh Paxton. Latu Fainu. Left to Madden. Linked up with Sione Fainu. Stands in the tackle. 5 metres into Gold Coast territory. Last play Tigers. Latu Fainu goes right to Madden. Kicks across his body. Heading towards the eastern touch line. And it is allowed over the touch line on that occasion by Jensen Taumoipiao. And it'll be a Gold Coast play the ball. 13 out from their own line. 5 minutes 30 gone second half. 24-12 Gold Coast. Is it just me, Louis, or the Tigers a little bit flat at the moment?
Yeah, they look very flat. Even after the last kick, the Gold Coast Titans kicked downfield. It took them about, for the whole Tigers side to get back on side, it was play 4. So, and it's only early into the second half, so it's taken a bit of time for them to get their second win.
Is Keanu Kinney going on a trot? Caught 27 out from his own line. Pascoe. He sends the ball left to Sami. Wrapped up mid-quarter halfway. Gold Coast territory. Played to Pascoe. Dummy short side left. Goes open side right to Keanu Kinney. Two-handed pass in the tackle to Jet Liu. A couple of his teammates just point downfield. Run straight, Jet, and he does. And he stands in the tackle on halfway. Plays the ball now to Pascoe. Goes left to Moran. Short ball out the back to Paxton. It was not a good pass. It was delayed just too much. Paxton couldn't hold on. There's a mistake. Crowd comes to life here at Leichhardt. Knock on Gold Coast. It'll be a West Tigers scrum feed. 6 short of halfway. 6 minutes 30 gone second half. And the scoreline is 24-12 to the Titans. Tigers a chance. The fans really trying to lift them.
Well, they're trying to lift him, but Curtis Moran, that was a horrible pass. I've seen him blowing up at his teammates, but that was his fault there. He had actual Tigers players around him. He was already tackled and he tries to put on a short pass. That was horrible. He just had to hold it, and he gives the field position out of the West Tigers. See if they can turn this into a bit of an opportunity.
So now they send it to the left side, the West Tigers. And play 1, they're a metre in Gold Coast half. Now comes open side right, Starford Toa. He scored the first try of the game. Here it's a good run in traffic. Finished off 10 metres in Gold Coast territory. And I'll tell you what, Paxton, who knocked the ball on, tried to get the one-on-one steal. Unsuccessful. Latu Fainu sends the ball right now to Sione Fainu, and he scored 30 out from the goal line by Famore. So in fact, that was Fanua Boe. Plays the ball now to Latu Fainu. Goes left to Madden to Luai. A short little ball away to support, and the Tigers are 22 out from the goal line. Played to Luai. Comes right to Terrell May. Backs his way into the defence. Held up. 14 out. Last play down for the West Tigers as they work it to the short side left. Luai got the pass away to Taylor May. Pass back to Luai. He accelerates to the goal line. Carries Moran over with him. He streaked past the winger on that eastern side, Taumoipiao, and he's over to score the try. That was pretty easy. Jerome Luai, 8 minutes gone second half, and the West Tigers hit back. Gold Coast 24, West 16. The try to Jerome Luai, 8 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, well, it comes off an error off the back of the Gold Coast Titans and Curtis Moran, coming up with a really horrible choices in passes, and then all of a sudden they come down here, the West Tigers, ask a couple of questions. I didn't think they were going to get across, but a nice little offload to find Jerome Luai, and he is very hard to tackle, Jerome Luai, when he gets into a bit of space like this. Open defensive line, bit of room in front of him. He's got fancy footwork. He looks like he's about to skip off his left, just a little bit of a goosey, and then dives over the line and scores a try. Gets the Tigers back in the game.
Love a bit of a goosey. Down to the touchline we go. John Gibbs.
Well, for someone who's stepping like Jerome Luai, it's hard to get hold of him because the rain is continuing and this ground now is really slippery. So the surface is slippery and the conditions made for the fleet-footed Rudolph Moran of Jerome Luai. You know, Andrew, just a little morsel for you. He scored 3 tries now for the West Tigers. Guess where he scored them all? Oh, I'm giving it away.
You've given it away, Jonty. Thanks, mate. We appreciate you giving it away. It's much easier.
I'm confused. Did he score it all on the left-hand side, or did he score just against Gold Coast?
At Leichhardt.
Got ya.
I'll be honest with you. Burleigh Bears have beaten PNG Hunters in the Queensland Cup, by the way, 22 points to 12. AFL third quarter, St Kilda 69, Giants 61. Third quarter netball, Swifts 43, Giants 42. And as you know, the Socceroos beat Turkey 2-0. You get the wrap from Ned Hall in the post-game shut. So here's Madden, 18 out, 14 in from the eastern touchline. 9 minutes 18 gone second half, 24-16 Gold Coast. So an important kick. Madden with the right boot, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal to the roar of the crowd. He's now 3 from 3, and it's a 6-point game. Gold Coast 24, West 18, and the way it's going, Luke Lewis, it would not surprise you if the West Tigers not only score next, but do so pretty quickly.
Yeah, probably go to extra time too.
Well, you've taken me half an hour into the future.
I'm only joking. But can you kick this bloke out? Can you just get him out for like just a couple of minutes?
Scott Sorensen?
Yes.
Why?
Because the aircon, whatever he's doing, it's not working very well.
Here's a kick-off coming from Jaden Campbell. Sends it down to the northern end of the ground, taken by Jereen Buller. He sends a pass away left and crashing into the fence. About 20 out from the line is Fanua Bolle. Plays it. They work it right to Sione Fanua. He's going to be tackled. Sione fine now, I should say. 33 out for the West line. It's 24-18 in favour of the Gold Coast. Terrell May hits it up, got straight through Campbell. Taken by Paxton. 9 short of halfway. 20 in from the western touchline. Short side raid. They go to the right edge, the West Tigers, and get to halfway. 15 in from touch, western side. The ball played by Sukar. Comes left Terrell May again. Off the ground, offloaded well to safe path. They go to the left. Latu Fino to Luai. Kick downfield. Gee, I thought that West Tigers player was offside in front of the kicker. They've still got the footy. It's play on. It goes in behind them. Comes back to Jerome Luai. Comes to the right. Latu Fino. Way to Sukar. Then to Herbert. Herbert takes on Campbell. And he's wrestled to the deck. 17 out from the line. 2 in from the western touchline. Played on the last to Ruva. Goes left to Madden. He puts in the crossfield kick. The chase is on, but it's well short. It's tapped back into the hands of Moran. Gold Coast get the footy 12 out from their own line. 29 and a half to go. And it's Gold Coast 24. Leading West 18 is now Jensen Taumoipiao. He's scored 20 out from his own goal line. Plays it and they send it left to Sam. He scored 27 out from his own line. The second half flying by. They work it to the short side right. Aramahau beat 1. Now caught 34 out from his own line. He'll play for the Gold Coast Titans. And it comes centre field left. Crossfield kick by Harrison. Down on the full. And it's going to be a changeover. He's not having a good day, Zane Harrison. That kick was out by miles, and he gives the West Tigers a changeover. 36 metres out for the Gold Coast line in centre field. Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, he got all his angles wrong. That was a shocker, wasn't it? What he's trying to do was use the surface and the wind to come up with a 40-20, but it went horribly awry because it just went sideways. It was just horrible. And here's a great chance now for the Tigers again. Fanua Bolle doing some great work up the middle.
Now they're caught through Fanua Bolle. Plays at 30 out. Comes right edge Terrell May, or rather that's Tony Sukar with a solid hitter. He's put to the ground. 25 out from the Gold Coast line. Plays the ball now and it goes to the left. Lanyon back on the field. Goes to Luai. Then away to Jereen Buller. He got the pass on to Taylor May. Rounded up near that eastern touch line. And it's a penalty coming back for a player taken off the ball. That is the West Tigers' first penalty of the game. And we've only had 2 in the whole game. It's 1 each. It's 20 metres out to the left of the post. 27 minutes and 45 seconds to go. 24-18 in favour of the Gold Coast. And from the tap, West is 13 out from the line. Played down. Lanyon goes right. Terrell May. Menacing run up the middle. Goes Terrell. Very close to the goal line. Held up only a metre away. Played to Lanyon. Possessive Lanyon goes left to Madden, away to Luai. They got the overlap. Buller Bullet dummies, goes himself. Harrison, good tackle then. 5 metres out, 10 in from touch, Southeast corner. Plays the ball that comes to the right on the open side. Luai to Madden. He sends it back on the inside to Fanua Bolle. And he's going to be put to the ground here by Paxton and Pasco, 11 out. Out of the right, Lanyon away. Madden turns it in. Safe pass, straight through, 1-2 over the score. Terrible miss by Oliver Pasco and a very determined run by Alex Safepath. He crashes over. 13 minutes, 10 seconds gone second half, and that awful kick from Harrison proves costly. The West Tigers arena shortly going to be level. Try to Safepath. Gold Coast 24, West 22.
Yeah, well, he could see the penalty right here too, White Raymond. He did see that one of the West Tigers players does get tackled. I think it was Jock Madden, and then all of a sudden gives a penalty after the play had been played on just to see the advantage, and then comes back, and then all of a sudden again, a beautiful little play from Jock Madden. Looks like he's going to play out, comes back inside, gives it to Safepath. He's had some strong carries there, some really big shots as well. He's done a good job out there, and it just busts a couple of tackles and scores under the sticks and gets the game right back to 24 all.
Wasn't quite Steve Jackson-esque from the 89 grand final for Canberra, but it was a bullocking run from Safepath down to the touchline. Gibbsy.
No, it was a good run, and he's been, I think his form has been indifferent over the last month or so, or a couple of months, Alex Safepath, but he's promoted to the starting side today. He's done a really good job, but again on the inside, really good work from Jerome Luai, but that defence was ordinary. So, okay, it's level again. You can start again, boys, as if we started from nothing.
So, here's Madden right in front. This is to make it 24 all, with 25 and a half to go. NRL Sunday on ABC Sport. Luke Lewis, John Gibbs, Andrew Moore.
He cannot miss this goal. It's directly in front.
You're saying this deliberately?
No.
Chaos of it, aren't you?
No, because you did say.
Yes. Well, it's 24-22. It's
pretty much a gimme. It's like a toe away from the hole if you're putting.
You're putting.
Yeah.
Here's Madden. He's kicking. He's not putting. Look down there, Louis. There's a G. Pick it up. Here's Madden. Moves in 11 metres out, and he kicks the goal. So he is 4 out of 4, and it is 24 all at Leichhardt with 25 and a half minutes still to play. Who knows what happens next? So the Gold Coast, all of a sudden, they've got to get their act together because they're falling apart. On the around the grounds, oh no, I think I'm having computer problems. I'm not sure this place handles big crowds very well. So the kickoff coming from Jaden Campbell, in terms of Wi-Fi anyway.
Yeah, no, mine hasn't been working since kick-off.
Here is the current kickoff from Jaden Campbell, and it's taken right on the goal line by Jareen Buller. He gives it away left. Gee, that's a big step down there from Fanua Bolle before he's tackled 18 out from his own line and 10 in from the eastern touchline. Now it's the West Tigers on top at 24 all. They'll work it right to Xiaomi Mi. He's going to be getting the pass away. Now right up the middle, Terrell May. He clopped the ball away too. That was a little more risky. We still have a 25 out from their own goal line. That ball was caught by Madden. He plays the ball to Lanyon, sends it left to Terrell May. He's caught 33 out from his own line, centre field. Lanyon goes left to Luai. Then a short pass away to Xiaomi Mi. And he's taken 4 short of halfway. Repeating the early news too from Gibbsy, the Kai Pierce-Paul is off with a pec injury. That happened very early in the first half. Safepath, another good strong run up the middle. He's taken 6 metres in Gold Coast territory. Comes to the right. Madden on the last under zero pressure. Ran for 10 metres, then put a kick up into the breeze. It's tapped back by the West Tigers to Bo for more. He's got it for the Gold Coast 27 metres out from his own goal line. Now, I think we can update some scores here, or is it the same? St Kilda 69, Giants 61 in the AFL, and netball Swifts 43, Giants 42. So now it's away with Keanu Kinney, and he's taken 15 short of halfway by Luai. Been good today, Jerome Luai. Ball played Pasco. Goes right Mweki Fedawaka, their captain today. And he's going to be taken a metre short of halfway. 15 in from touch on the far side. Played to Pasco. Short side right to Arama Howe. Great run by Howe. He's over the 40. Put to the ground. 36 metres out from the goal line. Played on the last to Pasco. He sent to left. Harrison under some pressure, but got the kick from 38 metres out. Good one. Coming through is Sami. The ball lost by Taruba off the boot of Brimson. But it is a knock-on from Sunia Taruba, who's pointing at Philip Sami. There'll be a challenge here from the West Tigers, I fancy. Here it comes. Tell us about it, White.
Ash, captain's challenge, mate. On-field ruling kicked on tackle 5. We have a genuine contest into a knock-on Tigers.
So now up to Ash Klein in the bunker.
Well, Taruba must be pretty confident.
He was
The kick
confident
chase is
immediately.
onside. The ball comes off the hand of Philip Sami and goes forward into the Tigers on the last tackle. The challenge is successful.
That is the first challenge. It is successful for the West Tigers. So, my screen's not working. Thanks, Ona. So the Tigers get the changeover through Alex Seyfarth. He plays the ball to Jock Madden. Goes left, Sunia Taruba. And he's wrapped up 13 out from his own line. Gibbsy, that happened just to your left. He was adamant immediately, Sunia, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's the way it looked. There's no doubt about that. And that's why it's important to keep your challenges and not be frivolous with them. I've seen so many boneheaded challenges this year, and something like that could cost you a game.
So now the Tigers, Jonty, move it to that eastern side again, 31 metres out from their own line. Most of the play's been on that side of the field. Later Lanyon goes right to Rel May. And May is caught, standing in the tackle. And there was Cleese Haas back on the field. Later Lanyon goes right to Seyfarth, to Madden. They spread it to the right to Buller. Then the pass away down to Pat Herbert. Got away from AJ Brimson twice. Pushed backwards though. Fermor is there. And Beau Fermor makes the tackle 10 metres in from the western touchline. Played on the last to Taruba. Goes left to Madden. Low trajectory kick. Bounces down to that southwest corner. Kitty picks it up with sure hands. 14 out from his own line. Got past Madden, but now flung to the ground. 19 out from his own line. Good chase by, in there was Jareem Buller and also Lanyon. Now they work it open side right to Fermor. He's caught 28 out from his own line. We've had 18 minutes of the second half, and the scoreline is 24 all West Tigers and the Gold Coast Titans. Now Sami went on a probing run across field, but he just finished off. Pat Herbert said enough. Down you go, Philip. 14 short of halfway. Pasco goes right. Kinney. Bit of a goose step there, and he's caught though 9 short of halfway. Had some magical moments in the first half. Keanu Kinney. Now for the Waker up the middle. Runs into heavy traffic. The Tigers have really lifted since those 2 tries in 6 minutes. Gets them back to level pegging. Campbell the kick from halfway on the last. Is that going to go in the full again? No. Well, Taruba got himself in position. Bounced just in the field of play. He has to go back for it. He's called by Brimson in goal. All he had to do, Sunia Taruba, was put his foot over the touchline, touch it on his fingertip, and it would have been out in the full. But he didn't attempt to catch it. It bounced in the field of play, took a very favourable Gold Coast bounce, and he had to skedaddle after it and grounds it in goal.
Well, he definitely put his foot over the sideline. He was going to touch the ball, but I think the ball actually bends away from him, and he doesn't have enough room to actually touch it. Oh, no, he pulled his hand away. All he had to do was leave his hand out, and he would have had it sorted.
Short line drop out. It's like he didn't trust the process. Line drop out. Great take by Campbell. Passes it left to Fermor. He puts her on a don't argue. Got away from one. Over the 10-metre line, Beau Fermor. Now he's put to the ground by Bolle. 5 out. 10 in from touch. Northwest corner. Titans attack. Brimson dummy half. Goes right Campbell. Then away to Curtis Moran. He's caught 8 metres out from the line. 24 all the score. 19 and a half gone second half. Pasco fires it left away to Campbell. Took on the defensive line, but a great tackle. Madden was in there with Bolle. 4 out. Played to Brimson. Long pass right to Moran again. Straight up the middle court. 4 out from the line by Seyfarth. And he'll play the ball. To the left they go. Brimson. A stab kick, rather Campbell. Was not a good kick, but he gets 6 more. It's played out by the Tigers. Swings in the tackle. Offloads to Pasco. Goes to the right to Fodawaker. And he's fell 8 metres out. So a new set begins here for the Gold Coast. Ball played Pasco. Hands it off on the inside. Kinney got the pass back to Fodawaker. They sent it left to Harrison. He stops in slow motion. Taken by Bolle. 10 out. Right in front of the northern goalpost, at least the left upright. Ollie Pasco dummy half. Inside pass away to Hart. fast, but he's not going anywhere. Good defence, West Tigers. 8 metres out from their line. 20 minutes gone. 20 minutes left, second half. 24 all. Brimson tips the ball on to Sami. Dives over and scores in the corner. Philip Sami gets it down, and the Gold Coast back in front. So this is one of those you score, we score, you score games. 28-24, Titans lead. Try to Sami, 19 minutes, 15 to go, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, nice bit of play here from the West Tigers on the left side, but Taruba, I reckon he'd be sitting there going, what was I doing? I had it all sorted, and I just pulled my hand away, but then they finally, the Gold Coast Titans, they just do everything at speed on this left edge. They get the ball out the back a couple of times, but the tip on, just a quick little tip on there. I don't know if it was AJ Brimson, I think it was, and it just comes up a nice little pass to hit Philip Sami, and then it's a foot race to the corner, and he gets it down two hands, and that is a superb bit of execution in this kind of conditions that are wet and slippery out there at the moment.
Let's go downstairs, John Gibbs.
Yeah, beautifully executed. I just got to move back here a little bit, and
you're right in front of Jaden.
Yes.
So how about I come to you after the kick?
Okay, it's all right.
No, you just relax. I'd rather hear from you than the poor old whisper. Here's Jaden Campbell. Gibbsy might have to move off his feet here. Very close. Campbell, I know Gibbsy hates to be close by when he's shouting to you. Campbell, 24 out, half a metre in from touch. 18 minutes, 10 left. Titans 28, Tigers 24. Here's Campbell, he strikes it. Hooking, misses near side, no goal. So he's 4 out of 5. It is 28-24, Gold Coast lead. West now down to John Gibbs.
Well, Philip Sami, he's been such a good finisher for the Gold Coast, and he's going to be a Dragons player, of course, next year. But he's scored now 8 tries in his past 7 games against the Tigers, and 4 in his last 4 at Leichhardt Oval. So he is a prolific try scorer at Leichhardt Oval and against the Tigers.
All right, Jonty, now around the grounds. Thank you, Zano. AFL, St Kilda 82, GWS Giants 76, and in the netball, Giants 62, leading the Swifts 59. So now from the kickoff, repeating in the Queensland Cup as well, Burleigh 22 beat PNG Hunters 12, and that after North Devils beat Tweed Seagulls. So now it is the Gold Coast with the ball, and off the wing comes Jensen Tamoipiao. Plays a 25 out from his own line. They work it left to Cleese Hart. He scored 34 out from his own line. Plays the ball out of dummy half. Pascoe sends it away right as the Titans are within 5 of halfway. Bunty up forward back on the field, involved in that tackle on Moran. It's played to Pascoe. He goes right to Kinney. Kinney dummies, goes himself and nailed 4 metres in Tiger Town, courtesy of Seyfarth. And also there was the hooker Lanyon. Kick downfield on the last from Campbell. Down to Taruba. He's got the kick and takes it 19 out from his own line. Tackled by Brimson. It is a delayed penalty for a shove off the ball going to the West Tigers.
Oh, he's going to try and challenge this. I would not be challenging this.
Well, there's players that run from everywhere, and they are going to challenge, Louis. Let's have a listen first.
Captain Challenge Ash. On-field ruling is that Phil Sami runs into the back of a player and shoves him out of the contest.
That's exactly what happens.
So you're suggesting...
He doesn't shove him out of the contest, but he runs into him.
Move!
He definitely runs into him.
I'm not dealing with that.
He looks at him and then just runs straight into him.
So the Tigers player was drifting to his right.
There's no escorting action from the Tigers.
This is one of those
Checking other angles to see the actions of Philip Sami.
I'm watching him live, and even the video doesn't show, but he literally plays and he goes, well, I can't get the
Phil Sami looks down at the Tiger player and pushes him in the back. We're supporting the on-field decision.
That was a ridiculous challenge.
The Titans will, however, retain the right to challenge.
So West had the ball with a penalty, 23 out from their own line. Gibbsy, that's exactly the sort of thing you were just talking about.
Yeah, and that's ludicrous, because it wouldn't have happened either, except he went on like a goose, Philip, and as a result, the referee thought, well, I'll make you really pay for it now. I'm going to give a penalty against you, and that's exactly what happened, and he told Mo Fedoraki he doesn't want the lip from Philip anymore.
So now for the tap restart, West Tigers 11 short of halfway. By the way, well done to the gent in the crowd who caught the penalty kick. Madden goes left to Luai, turns it inside to Sione Fainu. He stands in the tackle out there of Fermor and 2 others, including Pascoe. Now they work it right. Oh, gee, that looked almost forward to Bunty Afoa. He's in centre field and stands in the tackle of Whatuaka. 2 metres in Gold Coast territory. Played now to Lanyon. Goes left through hands. Madden to Luai to Sione Fainu. And Howe is there with Pasco and Harrison. 34 metres out from the goal line. Ball's going to be comes left to Bunty Afoa. Wrapped up 25 metres out. 28-24 Gold Coast. Ball played on the last. Comes right to Madden. He puts up the kick. Looking for it, Kinney. Up they go. Ball lost backwards, I believe, from the West Tigers. Still the last. Tigers have it back. Gold Coast can't wrap up the player with a footy in hand. Herbert. Finally they do. 8 metres out. Changeover. Gold Coast get the footy back with 15 and a half to go. And a 28-24 lead over the West Tigers as Cooper Bye comes back on the field for Gold Coast. There's 6 interchange. They have 2 to go here at Leichhardt. Luke Lewis.
Yes, that was crazy there from the West Tigers, but I thought he was going to break through. I'm going to come back to you, Andrew. I don't know what's going on here, but the aircon's killing me.
Okay, must be bad. Tao Moipiao, he's tackled on his own 30. Plays the ball to Pasco, goes left to Kinney. Kinney's caught 9 metres short of halfway. 20 in from the Western touchline. The good news is, Louis, the good news is that this ground is being redone, so they can fix it. Here's the Titans now. Up into West Tigers territory. Whatuaka on the last. Plays the ball to Pasco. Goes right. Kick downfield by Zane Harrison. Down to the left wing. Starford Toa with the catch. And instantly hits the deck. 7 out from his own goal line. 14 and a half to go. And the score line is 28-24 to the Gold Coast. Looking for back-to-back victories. Haven't they been rare in recent times? West Tigers, they're in a bit of a hole at the moment. And they're still well in this game, however. They've got it on that far side again. 24 metres out from their own line. Lanyon goes right to Taruva in off the right wing. Talon May didn't get much of a breather. He's back on for West. Their 5th interchange. Comes right now to Afoa. He's scored centre field. 9 metres short of halfway. Last tackle for the home team. Played to Lanyon. Goes left to Madden. He runs it. Links up instead with Luai. Luai in a trot. Goes back to Madden. Madden kicks the ball and finds the grass between the winger Sami and the fullback Kinney. Kinney picks it up. 20 out from his own line. Goes over the 30 and he'll play at 13 short of halfway. Just under 14 minutes to go. And the scoreline 28-24 in favour of the Gold Coast. Now to the left it goes to Sami. He's standing in the tackle, 5 metres short of halfway. Afoa was there, along with Sukar. Played it. They work it right side now. Haas flicked it out the back on halfway. Now it finds the way through hands. Pasco to Bye. And Cooper Bye held is the call. 9 metres in West Tigers territory. Dummy half Pasco goes to his right. And it comes away from Harrison to Campbell. Kinney. Tip on was brilliant to De Groot. Jalen De Groot angled run. But he's knocked to the deck by Seyfarth. Another big hit. 20 metres out. Plays the ball. They come left to Whatuaka. Then away to Haas. Police Haas dummies. Then he turns around, goes himself. Seyfarth there again with May and Afoa. 10 out in front of the northern post. Played on the last. They swing it left to Harrison. He puts in the crossfield kick. It's a shocking kick. He's having a woeful game, the young halfback. Out on the full. Change over to West Tigers. 10 out from their own line. 12 minutes 40 to go, Luke Lewis. Out is 28-24. Gold Coast lead West.
Yeah, that's a tough kick there for Harrison. He's getting it at full speed. Hasn't got much room to work in. It's a tough little kick to get that weight right. That was a good set there by the Gold Coast Titans, making easy meters down the other end. And they're doing a good job in defence at the moment. So the Tigers, they've just got to find a little bit of an opportunity here to get out of their own end, get a little bit of energy back into that jersey.
Out to Ruva, good run, centre field. Caught 31 out from his own line. Amazing scene here at Leichhardt. It is absolutely jam-packed. And the last game here for a year or two. 10 short of halfway West. Talon May plays it. Goes left to Mandalui. He put on the big David Campese step. Got the pass back to Sione Fainu. He's on halfway. He's confronted by the defence. And he's going to be taken here about a metre in Gold Coast territory. Played on the last. Madden runs at the line and then a low trajectory stab kick down to the southeast corner. And Tiana Kinney tried to let it go over the touchline. Had to field it as it straightened about a millimetre in from touch. He's got it. 4 out from his own line, collected by Herbert. Played to Brimson. Goes right now to Sami. And he's taken 10 out from his own line. 11 minutes 30 to go. 28-24 Titans lead. Brimson. He sends the ball open side right. Gold Coast have it 13 out from their own line. Taking the tackle there was Taumoipiao comes back open side right to the West Tigers defence. They know it's a big set and they're really doing a good job. For more plays it. Comes right Kinney. Kinney passes off the ground. Dropped by Campbell. Knocked it forward, and that is pure panic play from the Gold Coast. West will get the scrum feed. 24 out for the Gold Coast line. 11 minutes to play. Gold Coast 28, West 24. You'd think the Titans were behind with that play.
Yeah, absolutely, but it's a really nice play here. I think it was Jock Madden that puts that grubber kick in. It doesn't find touch, and then the pressure coming down from the kick chase, they come up with a really nice tackle, and then they kept the pressure on with line speed. They couldn't get out of their own end. The Gold Coast were freaking out. They come up with a horrible play. They get a knock on, and it gives the West Tigers a little bit of an opportunity here to get some points back on the board and take us into extra time.
Gold Coast have to defend here. Luai, okay, you're saying it again. Luai rounded up by Aramahau. 15 out for the Gold Coast line. Plays the ball, and they come open side right. Centre fielder Terrell May, the front rower, and he stands in the tackle. 12 out from the goal line. Played now. Lanyon goes right to Madden, then to Luai. Luai, beautiful pass, Buller. Got it away to Ruba near the touchline, but he's nailed 7 metres out and half a metre in. Taruba plays the ball to Herbert. Spins a long ball left to Madden. Short pass away to Fanua Bolle. Left foot step, right foot step. Then he marches forward into the defence. Held up 11 metres out from the goal line. Inside 10 minutes to go. Titans 28, Tigers 24. Lanyon to the left. Madden away, Luai. They've got numbers, Buller. Jerome Buller floats one over the top. The ball's been knocked down by the Gold Coast. Touched by Luai. He scores the lone goal. They're in, and it's midway between the touchline and the goalpost. And that Gold Coast player looks devastated over there on the eastern side of the field. Aramahau. Or is it Keanu Kinney getting to his feet? Here's Kinney. They've got the touch of the ball. Try to Luai. 28 all, 9 minutes 15 to go.
Yeah, well, the Gold Coast Titans, they had a bit of a cracky because they come in, it was a play that's going to go over the top from Jareen Buller. He was dead set going over the top, and then, yeah, he makes a play that definitely hits it back, but doesn't get enough power onto it to force it dead. And the man on the spot is Jerome Luai. He just puts the ball down and scores a nice try. The try has been confirmed, and the Tigers have got a kick to go in front.
In fact, the play to get his hand to the ball was the winger, Jensen Taumoipiao. Let's go to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, that was a calamity of errors, really, from the Gold Coast. And it started with that ridiculous challenge by Philip Sami, where he was trying to milk a penalty anyway. It went doubly against him because now they don't have a challenge. They went up the other end of the field. There was a couple of mistakes, and as a result, the West Tigers have now levelled things up. A long way to go, and a shot from Jock Madden to put them in front. But Jerome Luai, he's doubled his account with the West Tigers with a double here at Leichhardt. So his 4 tries in total for the West Tigers have been scored at Leichhardt, and he is having a blinder as the leader today.
Jock Madden then 19 metres out. 15 in from the eastern touchline to put West back in front. Currently 28 all, 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go. No shortage of entertainment here at Leichhardt today, that's for sure. Here's Madden now with the right boot for the lead. Madden, he strikes it, likes it, kicks to goal. West 30, now leading Gold Coast 28. And the Tigers led 12-0, 12-6, 12 all. Gold Coast led 18-12 at the break. Then 24-12, 24-18, 24 all. Gold Coast led 28-24, and now the Tigers lead 30-28. So, around the grounds, AFL in the final quarter, St Kilda 95, Giants 88. And in the netball, the Giants in the final game of the season have won their first game of the season. They've beaten the Swifts 66-65, their first win over the Swifts since round 1 2022. But at least they can celebrate tonight at the season's end. So now the West Tigers leading 30-28. How confident are you about extra time now, Louis?
Yeah, I still think we'll get it.
Okay. So now comes to the right. Terrell May's been busy as ever, and he takes defenders with him. 10, 9, 8 metres short of halfway is Federwaker and for more. Plays the ball to Lanyon, got the pass left, knocked on by the Tigers, Bolle. The ball picked up by the Gold Coast. Comes right to Jalen de Groot. He's tackled 8 metres in West Tigers territory, but they're going to come back for the knock knock on, and that is because no advantage to the Gold Coast. They'll get a scrum feed, 42 out from the West Tigers line in centre field. Gee, that was the blue that they were sweating on Gold Coast, and it was from Fanua Bolle.
He's been good too, Bolle.
Yeah.
He's been really good for the Tigers, the way he's been carrying the ball, but just has a little bit of a look at the Gold Coast Titans defence before he kicks that ball right into the breadbasket and comes up with an error. But they've got to be squeaky cleaning though, the West Tigers. They can't afford to give away a penalty.
7 minutes left. Scrum one. It goes left to Philip Sami, and he's taken by Herbert down low. 32 out from the Gold Coast line. Plays the ball, and Pascoe goes right to Haas. And he's standing in the tackle. May, one of three defenders there. Held is the call. 22 out from the West line. Centre field. Ball played to Pascoe. Goes left to Campbell. Short ball for Moore. He's knocked to the ground. 9 metres out from the West Tigers line. 15 in from touch in the corner. He's staying down for Moore. Time off, says referee Wyatt Raymond, with 6 minutes 26 to go. There's a Tiger with cramp. Moore is down. Bit of chaos out there, John Gibbs, just to your left.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened here, but Moore went down, just trying to have a look at it there.
Oh, yeah, just gets tangled.
I think it's an accident. It's one of those hip-dropping looking things. So when a player is writhing in agony, you're always worried about the outcome, but he's okay. The thumbs up from the trainer. Both Moore about to play the ball right in front of the sticks.
So he does so now, Jonty, and he comes to the right. Harrison, Cooper by, way to Fodawaker, and he's tackled 5 out from the goal line. Stands in the tackle, Milwaukee Fodawaker. Played to Pascoe, comes left. Cooper by on the surge. Quarter metre out, last tackle Gold Coast. Pascoe spins it left. Harrison runs across field, turns it into Campbell, put on the toe, ricochet rabbit. Dived on now by Herbert for the West Tigers, a metre out from their own goal line. 6 minutes left. West Tigers 30, Gold Coast 28. We've got a thriller on our hands here, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, a real thriller at the moment, and they've just finished. They've given away a penalty, hit him high. They didn't need that, the Gold Coast Titans. They needed a really good defensive set. They started off well, but just as Taruva that goes down, he must get him as he's going down around the melon, and that is not what you wanted with 5.5 minutes left on the clock and you're down by 2.
Yeah, Cleese Haas penalised, dear oh dear, for a high tackle. Taruva was very low to the ground. It's hard really to blame the defensive player in that case. So Madden finds touch, 20 out from his own goal line. 5 minutes 20 to go. West 30, Gold Coast 28. Well, these Tigers fans have something to really celebrate. The last game of this configuration of Leichhardt Oval. From the tap, Taruva's tackled, 28 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball now to Lanyon. Sends it open side left as the Tigers are 32 metres out from their own goal line with this 2-point lead. Now the ball played by Suka. Centre field left to Seyfarth. Back on the field replacing Bundiafoa. 10 short of halfway. Lanyon goes left to Luai. Back on the inside, Sione Fanu. Gets up to halfway, maybe half a metre in Gold Coast territory. 20 in from touch, eastern side. Played, it comes right to Seyfarth. He's up the middle into By for the Waker and for more. He'll play it on the last. 40 out from the Gold Coast line. Lanyon goes right to Madden. High kick down for Keanu Kenny. Taruva leads the chase. Oh, great catch, Keanu Kenny. Then lost the ball. Another error from him. It's picked up by the West Tigers. Bolle 2 metres out, and it's a penalty. Flicking at the footy, raking it away. Penalty goes to the West Tigers. 2 metres out from the line. Penalties are now 4-1 to West. And Keanu Kenny, talk about your rocks or diamonds. It's Reece Walsh-esque today.
Well, Kenny had the ball in his hand. He come up with a big play. He did all the hard work, but he tried to run around just to get a little bit more space. And as he did, the ball flings out, and then the Tigers just pounced on it. So, yeah, that's pretty much your famous words here. They get through this set here, the West Tigers.
Terrell May stands in the tackle, 4 metres out. Still 3 minutes 40 to go, but the Gold Coast have got to hold on. Lanyard goes right to Bolle. And he's going to be caught 3 out from the goal line. Titans are attacking. They had Tigers pinned down, but Cleese gave away the high tackle penalty. And now Giuseppe goes from dummy half. Lanyon held up 2 metres out from the line by Famore. Plays the ball, they spin it left to Madden. Comes back to the right centre field to Luai. He nearly tripped over his own feet by putting on a few steps. Got it right to Herbert. Herbert bounces away from one. Now he's caught 8 metres out from the line by Haas. Plays the ball quickly, and Lanyard goes left away to Madden. Then on to Luai. They're set deep. Away to Jareem Buller. Buller a short pass on that time to Taylor May. May the pass away in front of the hill to star forward Toa. And he's tackled 8 metres out, a metre in from touch. Last tackle, West Tigers leading 30 to 28. Taylor May spins it right to Luai. Luai puts in a stab kick. Dived on by the Gold Coast Titans. They've got it half a metre out from the goal line through Jensen. Taumoy Piao. And now Gold Coast on play 2, 5 out from their own line. 2.5 to go. West 30, Gold Coast 28. Campbell spins it left to buy. And midway through the tackle count, Louis, they're only 12 out for their own line, Gold Coast.
Yeah, they're going to need something special here, Andrew. They're going to have to start shifting the ball. It's a long shift now. But the West Tigers, they've been smart, they've been patient, but they're getting up nice and quick too.
Now Gold Coast on their own 20. Pascoe goes right. Kinney, short ball away to Howe. And he's lost the ball again. Gold Coast have given themselves no chance late in this game at all. Arama Howe with the latest error. And the West Tigers have it through Taylor May. 22 out from the goal line. Leading 30 to 28 with 2 minutes to go. Safar. He stands in the tackle. 13 out from the goal line. West can ice it here. Safar keeps walking. Plays it down to Lanyard. Goes right to Rel May. Sends it into Fanua Bolle. He just shrugs away from Kinney. Fends away from Famore. Now tackled by Fedawaka. 2 metres out from the goal line. Next to the right upright. Lanyard dummy half. Gets the pill. Spins it away left to Madden. Then an ordinary pass. Good hands by Luai. He's tackled 10 metres out. 1 minute 23 to play. Luai slowly to his feet. Plays it to Xiaomi Mi. Open. Well, he passed it to nobody. Goes behind all of them. Terrell May's got to go back to the 30 to pick it up, then beat a dreadful tackle attempt from Famore. Taken now by Fedawaka, 21 out, stood in the tackle. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. West with it. Madden turns the ball inside to Tony Sukar. Takes on by, beat him. Beats Arama Howe. Taken though, finally, 7 out by Haas and Fedawaka. Last tackle West, who lead 30 to 28. Lanyard goes left to Luai. Luai jinks, beats one tackle. Gold Coast have got to put him down. They won't. That defence is pathetic. Luai's over to score the try. He's got 3. Game, set, bingo. The Tigers are going to win. Jerome Luai beat about half a dozen of them to score. 38 seconds to go. West 34. Gold Coast 28. Keep to come. The Tigers have got this at Leichhardt.
Yeah, too good, Jerome Luai. He's had a really good game. He wanted to step up from last week. He's had a blinder tonight, 3 tries, but this one here just gets the ball. He's looking up, nothing doing, skipping across field. Oh, hang on, a little bit of a half gap for here near the post, and then just puts his head down, gets down low, drives those legs with a little bit of a goose step again, and he goes over and scores that try and gets the Seals the win. That is beautiful work, but I love the look on his face. He knows how important it is for the club and how good it is to send this West Tigers fans here at Leichhardt over for the last time off for a win.
And they're standing in front of us in the stand here. They're waving bye-bye to Josh Hannay. Let's go down to the touchline. John Gibb.
Oh, what a fine game by Jerome Luai. They needed him to lead today, and he did from the front. 3 tries. As I said previously, he only had 2 in his total life at the West Tigers, so he's doubled that and some. A great captain's effort in the second half. They made 2 minute mistakes to Gold Coast, but good comeback by the Tigers.
Here's Madden right in front. The crowd roars as the siren sounds. Here comes Jock Madden. He kicks the goal, and his goal kicking has been terrific. 5 out of 5, or is it 6 out of 6 actually? And it's now West defeating Gold Coast by 36 points to 28 here at Leichhardt Oval. I haven't seen a crowd figure yet, but it was absolutely chock-a-block here at Leichhardt. 36-28. West beat Gold Coast in the last game before Leichhardt gets a facelift. For the Tigers, tries to star forward Toa in the 13th minute, Taylor May in the 27th, Jerome Luai in the 48th, Alex Seyfarth in the 54th, Jerome Luai in the 71st, and again in the 80th minute, his 3rd try. Jock Madden, 6 goals from 6 attempts, 3 restarts and a successful challenge. For Gold Coast, 28 points, tries to Jayden Campbell in the 31st minute, Curtis Moran in the 35th, Arama Howe in the 37th, Beaufort Moore in the 43rd, Philip Sami in the 61st, and Jayden Campbell 4 goals from 5 attempts. Arama Howe on report for lifting his knees whilst in possession in the 23rd minute. 2 restarts, 1 unsuccessful challenge, penalties 4-1 to the Tigers. 18-12 Gold Coast led at half time, but the West Tigers win a seesawing game 36-28. And I think really, despite their talent and what they showed, Gold Coast, that's why they're coming second or third last. They just couldn't ice things at the end.
No, that's right. They get off to a good lead. They score some good tries. They got the game in the bag, and then they just switch off for bits and pieces. And then when it's important to come up with an important set to get out of their own end and just kick into corners and just be patient and wait for the West Tigers to make a mistake, they don't. They try and force their hand every time. But the West Tigers, they had to dig deep. They found something. They've waited for a bit of an opportunity, and then all of a sudden they get a couple of nice tries, but Jerome Lai had a huge play.
And this is the team also that led 12-0, found themselves down 24-12, having been beat last week 68-0. Alex Seyfarth was the difference to the Tigers, not only with his defence, but his running of the football. John Gibbs is with you now.
Yeah, had a fine game, Alex Seyfarth, and Alex promoted into the starting side today. The whole side was under pressure after what happened last week, and you responded.
Yeah, for sure, mate. I think that game last week was in us. We built a lot of hard work and just working for each other this year, so it was quite disappointing, but today we knew we had to come out here to Leichhardt Oval and really do a job. So I think the boys come out today, really put on a show for the fans, and it was quite pleasing to see.
Well, what was disappointing, I suppose, was the fact that you dominated. The play to the ball speed was amazing. You led 12-0, everything was going beautifully. Then bang, 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 they're in front at halftime, 18-12. What was the talk like at halftime?
Just go back to how we started the game. I think the first 32 minutes of that game we really dominated to our kick chase +3, really turning them around. So we went back to that. Nice to meet you.
There's the cover. There's Alex Toll and Adam Dewey congratulating Alex.
Salary cap.
Yeah, they're taking the salary cap, says Alex. You should be able to get more of it. But Jerome Luai, what a skipper's knock, because the noise, and I think baloney, but some people talking about him going to PNG, it's affected the Tigers. It's a team effort, and he really stood up today.
Yeah, for sure, mate. I think he just showed today what a class player he is and why we brought him to this club. So I think for him to get a few tries here tonight, steer us around the park and really dominate through his aggression and really just working hard for each other. So it was really pleasing to see him get a few tries here and just get all the noise off his back.
Now, those two players that were mucking around, taking the mickey out of you, Alex and also Adam, you'd be optimistic if you can win some games. You're still in the hunt for the finals too. There must be great optimism.
Yeah, for sure, mate. I think we've got a big focus in this club, just taking it session by session, week by week. So we'll review this game tomorrow, see what we can work on.
That has been a pretty special place for the Tigers.
Yeah, for sure, mate. I love this place. I played all my junior footy here, played junior grand finals, and every time I get a chance to run out here, I love it.
Well done. You made the most of your promotion to starting lineup. Good play.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Alex Seyfarth down there with John Gibbs, and there's people everywhere on the field of play here at Leichhardt, and a big crowd trying to get out of the place. Well, some are. Some just don't want to leave. So we'll see how long that lasts. But Gibbs is right down there amongst it. He's in the southern in-goal area, so I've got the binoculars out. I think he's trying to get Jareem Buller, the West Tigers fullback, after the Tigers 36 beat Gold Coast 28. And here he is, the West Tigers #1, Gibbsy.
Yeah, Jareem's always got a smile on his face, and he's just had a cuddle of his nephew. Jareem, it looked a little bit dodgy for a while there in the second half. You started so well, but all's well that ends well.
Yeah, no, for sure. First half, they came back at the back end of the half, and then we sort of like dropped our heads, but then we came out firing, and yeah, the boys put in the effort to get the win at the end.
Yeah, and what made it all the more meritorious is the fact they scored early in the second half as well. So you boys were under pressure, and when you've been beaten the previous week 68-0, you can drop your confidence.
Yeah, I put us under a bit of pressure when I made that error there in the second half, but the boys, they done well to keep fighting. I think we sort of soaked in the energy from the crowd, so it gave us energy.
And Jerome, you've had a lot of luck here at Leichhardt Oval over your brief career. Special place, and it's going to be closed down for a couple of years or however long the redevelopment takes.
Yeah, it's going to be down for a few years, but this is one of my favorite grounds to play at. This is where I played my first cup game, and this is where I scored my first try in NRL. So, yeah, this place holds a special place in my heart. And yeah, I can't wait to play there again in 2 years.
Yeah, and look, there's a lot of players that really stood up today, but no more than your skipper, Jerome Luai.
Yeah, 100%. I think he just put his hand up. He embraced the challenge for all of us, and he took us forward. So shout out to Romy.
And you get another opportunity against a quality side, the Dolphins, next Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, that's going to be a big challenge for us.
Down at Campbelltown.
Yeah, Campbelltown. Yeah, it's going to be a big challenge for us. This week was a big challenge, but next week's going to be even bigger. So just got to prep well this week, and yeah.
Now, just a word on your opposition, number one, Keano Kenny. He's a fine player. You beat him in the air a couple of times in that first half, but then in a twinkling of the eye, he did three things that sort of put you under pressure. Not you, but the team.
He's a freak. I sort of got him at the first half, but then he started getting me in the back end of the first half. He kept making breaks. I didn't know how to double D him. He was so quick. But yeah, shout out to Keano. He's a good player, class player. So I can't wait for the battles ahead.
Well, Jerome, great win, great bounce back after last week, and thanks for joining ABC Sport.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Jerome Buller down there with John Gibbs in the southern in-goal area. West 36, Gold Coast 28. We'll get some more reaction on field. Luke Lewis with his ABC Player of the Year points. Scott Sorensen will join us in the box. Gibbs will be back up here as well for the post-game show. We'll get our wow moment of the week. And, Sorrow, another debut for him. His wow moment of the week. Probably just having a weekend off would be suitable for Sorrow. We'll get his thoughts on the game as well. You can text 0467 920 222, but at the moment I can't read them because we've got no Wi-Fi here. So hopefully that'll be rectified as people start making their way out of the ground. Now, where is Gibbsy's brand new, albeit creased jacket gone? Louis, you've got the eagle eye. Where am I looking here? Because he was right down to our right. Now there's a million people.
Surely you can see his little arms flapping.
Well, I know he's an arm flapper. He nearly takes off. Sorrow's got him. Oh, there he is. Oh, Ralph Tucker's arms are up. Oh, he's got his favourite down to you, John T.
Yeah, we got Keano, also known as Mini Kenny, with us. Keano, great finish last week. Obviously, we spoke to you on ABC Sport last week, but you had a good lead. It just slipped away. 2 errors from the team, and not a good result.
Yeah, it was a tough one to take. We were in front for most of the game, and we were controlling it there, but a few mistakes from myself and some crucial errors sort of cost us the game. So very disappointed with that, and yeah, it's a bit hard to take right now.
I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. I think you had a fine game. You put your team back into the play. The conditions, though, for your style of play and the type of play that you wanted to play, particularly at the end of the game when you get behind, very tough, very greasy, and sort of rained most of the game.
Yeah, definitely. It was a bit slippery there, and sort of, like I said, made too many mistakes in the end that cost us the game. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this.
That's all right. Yeah, you don't get much. You don't get much one-on-one play against your opposition, number one. But Jerome Buller, he's a fine player also.
Yeah, he's an awesome player, man, and they attacked us with those high balls, and he's awesome in the air. I need to be better in the air there, but he's an awesome player, bro.
Well, you got Penrith next week, so that's going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, definitely. But we take every team. We don't take any team lightly. So the reigning premiers before Broncos 4 years in a row, so we'll be up for it.
Well, you've been thrilling people. You didn't get the result that you'd like today, but always appreciate you joining ABC Sport. Thanks, Keano.
Appreciate it, bud. Thank you very much.
Keano Kenny down there with John Gibbs in the middle of the field. Clearly very disappointed. He did some brilliant things in that first half that led to 3 quick Gold Coast tries and then made some really costly errors as well. It's a real mixed bag from Keano Kenny. One thing not in doubt is his ability. It's brilliant. Gibbsy will join us shortly back in the broadcast box. The rain seems to have abated at the moment, and there's just a big Leichhardt celebration going on here. People seem very reluctant to leave. If you could all get out of the joint by 6:30, we'd appreciate it. But for now, they're hanging around, Louis. They don't want to leave this place.
No, well, it's all over, isn't it? They're not playing here anymore for a couple of years until it's all finished up. But they've got all the players over there about to get a big photo. That's what it is, in front of the Leichhardt Hill. This will be a famous photo that they'll keep forever, but then it will not probably be there anymore. I think is that all getting knocked out?
Oh, no, the refurbishments aren't that extensive.
Oh, they're making it as if that's the whole New Hills going.
Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong. In the AFL full-time, and St Kilda 96 defeated the Giants 88. So a win there in the AFL to Saints at Docklands 96-88. We'll wrap up all the sport events of the day. And the big story, obviously, is the win by the Socceroos. They won 2-0 over Turkey. We'll get the wrap from Ned Hall very, very shortly, actually, before Gibbsy rejoins us. But, Louis, what about your ABC Player of the Year points?
Well, Jerome Luai gets 3. I do think he had a captain's knock today, led well, kicked well, set up a couple of tries, scored 3 himself. Had a really good game of footy, so he gets my 3. I went Alex Seifar for 2. Come up with that try scorer, scored a try. His defence was pretty brutal. I thought he had a really good game. He was strong. His carries were strong, so he gets my 2. And then I went Pasco for the Gold Coast Titans, a little number 9. I thought he played really well in the first half. I thought he was brilliant out of dummy half. His running game, he set up Keanu Kinney in the backfield 3 or 4 times, so he gets my 1.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, he had a good game. It's just he couldn't get as heavily involved in the second half as he did the first.
Now, Scott Sorensen's about to rejoin us here in the box as well. 36-28. West Tigers beat the Gold Coast. 3 points Jerome Luai, 2 points Alex Seifar, 1 point to Gold Coast hooker Oliver Pascoe. Sorry, it was a seesawing old game, wasn't it? But Tigers probably held their nerve better than the Gold Coast, would you say?
Yeah, most definitely. It was disappointing signs there from the Titans. They really, the back end of the first half. Sorry to say, they just really started to turn it on, complete sets, score some amazing tries, and I thought they were going to bring that energy again in the second half. But just hurt themselves a little bit with a few poor kicks, a few poor errors, and it really hurt them at the end. But taking nothing away from the Tigers, they really started to get their groove on and score some really good tries. And as you touched on there, Jerome Luai, he just did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he sure did. You might have to move a bit to your left, Soro, so little Jonty can get back in.
Apologies.
In his jacket. You don't need to apologise, but yeah, back you come. So 36-28, West beat the Gold Coast. It was 24-12 to the Gold Coast, and it looked like Gold Coast by how many? They'd scored 4 tries in 12 minutes. But then the Tigers bounced back with tries to Jerome Luai, Alex Seifar, in fact 3 second half tries to Jerome Luai. The crowd, 17,773, the final crowd for this configuration of Leichhardt, 17,773. So I can see that on the screen. Maybe we're working again. I'll try and refresh our text line, 0467 920 222. And it's up working again. Guys, Derek and Lee walking out of Leichhardt Oval just now, watching the Tiger supporters grab the plastic seats as souvenirs. Looks like old Cumberland Oval days. Well, I hope that doesn't end up in a fiery situation a couple of days from now. Grab a bit of historic turf, says another. Boys, so happy with my Tigers win. However, it certainly wasn't their best performance, but a win is a win. They owed it to their supporters from Tiger Tooley. Well, they gave it to them. And again, trailing 24-12, John Gibbs, welcome back to you. Having lost last week 68-0, that showed a bit of character today.
It certainly did, and running into the breeze. So they had the breeze in the second half, and the Titans, and I don't think the Titans really used it well. They made some errors. When they made errors there and they're struggling to get out of their own 20-metre zone, seriously, Andrew, you could have hoiked it and chased. That would have been a better option, but they just they did panic, and as I was walking up the steps, I could hear your conversation. I think Ralph went up my lift. He's lazy. But anyway, so
He did not.
Well, he must have sprinted then. I lost him. But anyway, what I did hear you say is they held their nerve better, and that's exactly what they did. They were good. And Jerome Luai, I mean, what a game. And there's no doubt, and as I said, I think it's erroneous what's been said. It's nothing to do with him going to PNG. It's just the way things go. So you look for an excuse. They've had lots of players out. But his game today was enormous. Absolutely enormous. And without Appy, they'd won one game, Andrew, out of 11 without Appy. So they really miss him. And Jerome stood up for Appy and himself today. He was worth 2 men.
Well, they'll be happy today that they got the win without him, wouldn't they?
Louis, why did you be this funny on air? Oh, during the game, I mean.
Gents, about time Jerome Luai did something. According to Gibbsy's earlier stats, that's his 6th try. Happy to get the win. Few and far between, but not pretty. As usual, long-suffering Tigers fan James in Bundy. 0467 920 222. Still a million people out in the middle and a million people still here in the ground. Glover Street's going to be fun to get out of a little bit later on. You're with John Gibbs, Scott Sorensen, Luke Lewis, who doesn't have to worry about Glover Street. Lewis found his own spot. I'm Andrew Moore. Now, a huge day. Socceroos at the FIFA World Cup. 2-0 winners over Turkey. Ned Hall has been in the World Cup studio. Tell us all about it, Ned.
Andrew, it really was a win for the ages for the Socceroos, up against a very strong Turkish side who'd come through qualification through the playoffs, but the only defeat that they'd suffered through their qualification campaign was against one of the strongest teams in the world in Spain. They've got a team full of superstars, but Australia had a superstar team playing against them today. Before a ball had been kicked, there were some surprises. Patrick Beach chosen ahead of Matt Ryan in goal, the captain's armband going to Harry Suter. Cam Burgess was selected in the heart of defence over young star Lucas Harrington, and in the centre of midfield, Jackson Irvine was left out in favour of youngster Paul Ocon-Engsler. Mo Torre was fit to start up front, and Nestori Irankunda also got the nod to start for Australia ahead of Christian Volpato, the Italian player who just changed his nationality to represent the Socceroos. And Popovic's selections paid dividends. First of all, a terrific save from Patrick Beach, and off the back of it, straight away Australia broke downfield, and Nestori Irankunda did the rest.
Over the top, here's Nestori. Great first touch. Nestori Irankunda! Oh, my word! It's a Nestori moment in Vancouver!
The Turkish lineup contained around $300 million worth of attacking talent across a couple of players. Arda Güler, the superstar, plays for Real Madrid, and he was joined on the field in the second half by Juventus's Kenan Yildiz, and Turkey really applied the pressure through the second 45 minutes. But Conor Metcalf got a goal for Australia on the break.
Conor Metcalf, who's on the burst. Metcalf, it opens up beautifully! Oh, why? Conor Metcalf! With a goal to save it in Vancouver.
We've had to suffer this whole second half. We've suffered and put our bodies on the line for one another. And a moment of pure brilliance from Conor Metcalf.
Commentary there courtesy of SBS, where you'll find all the matches through this World Cup. The final tally saw 30 shots for Turkey with 8 on target. Australia had 9 shots, but 4 on target. However, 2 of those hit the back of the net, and that was enough to get Australia's second win in opening matches at World Cups, following on from the 2006 heroics they had against Japan. Up next for Australia, kicking off at 5 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time against the USA in Seattle next Saturday morning. And get ready for a feast of football all week, because there's 4 games every day over the course of the next week. Earlier on, Qatar had a 1-1 draw against Switzerland. Scotland had their first win at a World Cup in 36 years, and Brazil were held to a 1-1 draw by last World Cup semi-finalists Morocco. The games to be played across Monday see Sweden play Tunisia, Belgium plays Egypt, Spain takes on Cape Verde, and Saudi Arabia plays against Uruguay. Andrew?
Good stuff, Ned. Thank you very much. Great day for the Socceroos. 2-0 winners over Turkey to kick off their World